Hello and welcome, guys. We are back. Sorry about that, people. We had some really bad issues with the audio. I'm not exactly sure what it was. What a crazy first round that was. Is Rodolfo going to be able to get some of that gas back? Like it's very, very hard for a grappler of this size. The way that he is very, very muscular guy. He hasn't achieved the success that he would have liked in those early rounds, in that early round. And now it starts to get very difficult. Flying knee by Hernandez. What a nice flying knee. He's in deep on this double leg is Viera. He has to try and hold Hernandez here. It's ridiculously difficult to get big double legs on people and be able to keep going with that. It's very, very hard. So much damage, Angwell. Thank you for coming. Now he's going here. He's got it. As long as he can keep these double underhooks here pinned, he might be able to flip Hernandez, but the cage is there in the way. He's got to get his hooks in, and he's landed. He's gone out the other end. Is he looking for a deep half? He's going to come out the side, but Hernandez has got a great sprawl on him. He's doing a fantastic job. In on the half guard goes Viera. Hernandez is doing a fantastic job. He's got like a knee slice pass. He's not going to pass that guard, but he's doing a fantastic job of stopping this takedown. Viera has nothing left on these takedowns. Hernandez is landing shot after shot. Viera has a head like a brick. The problem is if he's not... Oh, big left kick by Hernandez. Hernandez is chasing Viera down. Viera hasn't got options in the stand-up here, I don't think. He's very physically strong, but I've seen him. I've actually seen him he's very, very mechanical. His grappling's great, but he hasn't been able to achieve the success that he did. Huge elbow by Hernandez. Another big elbow by Hernandez. How is Viera still standing? Viera shoots in on double. Hernandez sprawls. Viera's looking for half guard here, so he looks... Oh, Hernandez is looking... I believe it might be a Schultz choke or an anaconda choke. Now he's going for arm in guillotine. Here, Viera has to get his right shoulder to the mat. Oh, he tapped Viera. Oh, my God. Wow. What a fight. And Hernandez, what a fantastic job by the underdog. He was a huge underdog coming into the fight. Unbelievable. I did not see that one, honestly, and that's nothing against Hernandez. I just did not see him being able to take Viera out like that. I thought that Viera would at the very least be able to blanket him, but I thought that he'd be able to get him with an arm triangle. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I wanted to come in early to watch this fight, all of us together, but yeah, something happened. I don't know what happened with the audio. But I saw that first round. What a fight to kick it off. Welcome, Alex Hernandez, because taking out a guy like Viera in the fashion with which he did, with his arm in guillotine, absolutely fantastic. And Viera went for... I think Viera was just exhausted. I don't know what happened there. Wow. Yeah, 12 gotcha. I think it depends. Like in terms of credentials and whatnot, Viera still is, but or one of the best grapplers. The difference is quite a fair bit between like Ryan Hall's credentials and Viera's, but in MMA is a different story. Yeah, we can argue, we can discuss like a lot of different ones there. But wow. I was so impressed by that. Dude, that was pretty crazy. I did not see that coming at all. You got to love it, eh? You got to love it. That was, man, and to finish him as well. But it looked very, very close. Very, very, very close, Like, as in, like, it looked close to him finishing submissions earlier. Oliver Ekman, how are you today? I'm very good, sir. Endless, nameless. Viera was beyond gassed. Man, he was super gassed very, very early on. Again, like the takedowns and that he was using require you to use a lot of strength. He's a very, very strong, muscular guy. And it's one of those things like that works for you really well when it works for you, Who knows? Anyways, what happened? I don't know. We don't know, So, yeah, but he definitely looked it. GG says, I'm choosing your stream over Wonder Boys. Please appreciate. GG, thank you so much for choosing this stream. Thank you very much, guys. Please share this stream, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get the notifications. Because unfortunately today, for example, we had a problem with the audio, and I had to switch the link. So, yeah, please, man, share, like, subscribe, tell people about it. Ewan Ferguson, Fab is the GOAT, never pulled out of a fight card and here every Saturday. No injury excuses or weight issues, just consistency and talent. I'll tell you something. I've had a slightly torn bicep and I did it anyway. I came in here and I did it. I performed. I did it, because we have an understanding that we have to do it. Man, who you guys got in the main event? Who's everyone got in the main event and why and how? I like Trevor Whitman, eh? I'm a big fan of his. He moves really well himself, he really, really does. Usman's a little bit mechanical, but I've seen the thing is I've seen Burns get held up against the cage. And Usman is very, very good at doing it. However, I do see Burns landing some big leg kicks, and he's got fast hands. He's a little bit more fluid with the hands, is Burns than Usman. Ewan Ferguson says Gilbert just because I like him. Burns by submission round 2. Jeannie Douglas says, I think Burns has the advantage with the submission and help from teammates that trained with Usman. Interesting. I don't know how much that will help, to be honest, because there's a lot of footage already out there on Usman. And the US training kind of thing is a little bit inbred already. Like you have a lot of people coming through and moving and going and whatnot. So I think there's a lot of I like this guy, man. See that guy, the trainer, the guy who's holding the pads for Usman. He's there. He's probably about 60 years old. Shirt off, does not care. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's a close fight, but it might not look like a close fight. You know what I mean? It might Burns, I think, might come out and starch him. He could, you know what I mean? But I think the matchup is close. What actually happens in the fight is a different story. So the matchup is close, but what happens in the fight, that's different. That's a different story. So yeah, no, interesting. 12 Gotcha says, I reckon Edwards is the next champion anyways. 12 Gotcha, are you from Birmingham? Fab, I think the funniest thing I've ever seen is when you first dropped Rob in the VR boxing. So pumped. Too bad you were cheated in that. Yeah, but I won. I won. Angwell says, how can I pick? I'm so back and forth. I think I just have no idea. Usman seems like he should totally win, but Maya got Usman to stay standing, so I have no way to pick. Yeah, man. Different grapplers though. They're different kind of grapplers, Maya and look, when we say Burns is more of a top player, he's fantastic on the bottom as well. There was that when he won the world championships, he swept Gracie, which I can't imagine is a easy feat to accomplish. But traditionally, he's more of a top game player. He doesn't have a lot of submissions in the UFC. So I don't know that he's necessarily going to tap Usman. It doesn't mean that he won't. I think honestly, anyone that knows that says, "Oh, I can pick this fight easily," it really is. It can go a lot of different ways. Speaking of Viera being such a unit, a lot of top BJJ guys end up bulking up. Generally speaking, does the strength increase outweigh the aerobic cost of the added contractile tissue? That's from Endless Nameless. The thing is, you got to understand, like a slight rule change, like a slight rule change, changes everything. Like say Olympic freestyle wrestling, the rules are constantly changing. So you have sometimes rules where, it was 2-minute rounds and all you had to do was push someone out to get 1 point. So it almost became a sumo wrestling match, if you will. And so it lent itself a lot to fast, explosive guys that could push someone out, stall, push someone out, and they could win. So going back to your question, in BJ, like a lot of these guys that are doing BJJ and they're doing gi BJJ, a lot of that, people say BJJ, doesn't require strength or whatever. Like it's, the weak guy versus the big guy. Like if you look at the champions, they're all fucking yoked. You know what I mean? Like they're not like little skinny guys. Bushesh is not like a little skinny guy beating fucking big giants. Like he's a big unit himself. Gordon Ryan, Craig Jones. These are not little guys. You know what I mean? They're very strong guys. But the guys that compete in a gi and no gi, but in particular in gi, there's a lot of isometric strength that is required in the gi. If you're not used to the gi, like you don't even know what to do, man. It's a completely different world. Like I'm terrible in a gi. I'm not much better no gi, but I'm even worse in a gi. And when somebody grabs you, their grip strength and the isometric strength, like that strength without the muscle lengthening or shortening, is huge, man. And doesn't have to be a great guy, just someone that's always in a gi. But these guys that train specifically for that, yeah, they're huge. Same as a judoka, they're just fucking strong. They'll grab onto the gi, and you will not get them off. You will not get them off. You know, so it's a different energy system and a different type of strength that's used. And 9 times out of 10, Viera would have probably finished that. You know what I mean? But he didn't with Hernandez, and then he was stuck. David Morris can't decide whether to drop the bills on this pay-per-view. Look, I was waiting for this fight. I wish I'd been able to call that whole fight, like the Viera and Hernandez fight. So it kicked off with a very promising. So yeah. 12 Gotcha says, nah, Jamaica. How do you say that? Wagwan. Burns by Imanari roll round 5. Guess same can be asked for MMA. Endless name. Yeah, it just depends, man. It just depends what kind of fighter you are too. But then, like, you pay for stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you're a big, strong guy. It's hard to carry that weight, that strength deep into the rounds because the big muscles use up a lot of oxygen. Having said that, you do get guys like Volkanovski, for example, in the featherweight division, that is extremely powerful, but he's got the cardio and that muscular endurance to keep going and still be explosive in the later rounds, which is very rare. 87 Metallic, it's because I live close to the beach. If you sub an ADCC champ black belt, are you an honorary black belt too? Hernandez is a blue belt. I'd say Hernandez is pretty fucking far from a blue belt. A lot of these guys, dude, been wrestling their whole lives, and or they just been doing grappling for a long time. They just haven't graded. If he's a blue belt, dude, like you know, he would tap out a lot of people. You know, plus in MMA, it's different. Once you land big shots, it's different. Once a guy's gassed and you land big shots, it's different. Abreu, Tonin, Ryan, or Yoked. Yes, sir. Endless Nameless says, cheers, Fab. Thank you. Hassan Noor says, Coach, this is how I imagine you strangle Mr. Eli. Mate, Eli is a bit of a fucking weapon himself. Eli's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. He's a lot bigger than me, too. Eli's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, a lot bigger than me. And silver medalist at Australian Nationals in boxing. So, no, I don't do a lot of tapping of Eli. Gordon Ryan has been taking Acai right into the vein, says Ewan Ferguson. Ben Beck says, I'd be shocked if anyone could beat Usman. He's proved me wrong time and time again. Mate, Usman's very good. He knows how to win, man. And I think a lot of guys that he's had huge amounts of wrestling experience, like huge amounts of competition wrestling, or a lot of times the guys that have had a lot of jiu-jitsu experience or amateur boxing or whatnot, you know how to play the game to win. You know how to turn. If you've had like lots and lots of wrestling matches, you know how to make people wrestle your way for you to win. And you turn this fight into a game. So when you turn the fight into a game, you start to be able to understand what it is that I need to do to win the fight. Hassan Farah says, show some. Mason Klatt, what belts would you consider yourself gi versus no gi, Fab? I have a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. In a gi, I have a brown belt. But I'm much better without a gi. But nowadays, I don't really roll as much because my knee's fucked. It's proper fucked. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, so I'm a brown belt. Metallic, Izzy is strong without the bulk. Izzy is a very strong human. Believe me, he's a very strong human. And he's very long, man. And the levers matter a lot. and he's nothing but muscle, skin, and bone. That's why when people talk about just his weight, oh no, he weighs this, he weighs that. It's not just his weight. It's you can be 95 kilos and a fat fuck, and you can be 95 kilos lean and muscular and athletic and fast twitch fibers, great reflexes. Super strong guy. I don't know how Rob's camp's going because we don't work together anymore. Thoughts on the Costa fight? I see Rob beating him. I outside, and this is no disrespect to Costa, but outside of Costa catching him with something, maybe catching him with a left hook if Rob steps back and drops his hands or something like that, I can't see Costa beating him. Like I don't see Costa being faster than him. I don't see Costa being a better boxer than him. I don't see Costa having the dexterity and the vocabulary of strikes that Rob has and the ability to cut angles the way that he does. I don't see that. I don't see if they had a grappling match, I don't see Costa beating him. Rob fights well coming back, going forward. I don't see Costa beating him. Costa could beat him if they get into a slugfest, they swing in the pocket, and then it's a 50-50 and he catches him. Yeah, but other than that, no. Emilio, what is the relationship between Usman and Burns? Weren't they training partners? Here's the thing. I will talk on that a little bit. I don't know. First and foremost, I don't know. And the reality is no one really knows what's going on in a fight camp, what goes on in a team, what goes on between two people. I don't know. I don't know how close they are, if ever they were. I've seen that Usman has cornered him before, but I don't know, and you don't know what the agreement is from the get-go. So I don't know. That's the short answer. Cody Johnston, what do you think will happen when it gets to the ground with Usman and Burns? It all depends how they get to the ground. With Burns on top, dry, it's going to be hard for Usman. With Usman on top, slippery, and maybe he's hurt Burns or something like that, or made Burns start to slow down, it might be okay. The thing is, like I've said this before, you might know that you're better than a guy, or that the guy's better than you off his back than you are on top. You might know this already. But what you don't know, what we don't know, but inside is like, I have a good 30 seconds before this guy gets really, really scary, And if Usman knows that, he might be able to take Burns down, put him into positions that he knows he's somewhat comfortable, and be able to win 30 seconds of a round and be able to do that a couple of times, pin him up against the cage. And so that's the kind of thing I see Usman doing. Burns, on the other hand, I don't see him wildly going for submissions. He's not like a Craig Jones type of character that drops in for leg locks and that's his thing, and he'll get a X guard, Z guard, whatever. That's not his real game. He's going to try and get on top, hold you down, and then if you give something up, he's going to go for it. Very, very, very good grappler. So I don't know. I don't know there what will happen. But like I said, there's things that when you roll with someone, that, oh, this guy's better than me on the ground, but I know that his best moves are X, Y, and Z, and he does this, this, and that. And if I can get away the first couple of times, but if I hang around for too long, he's going to get me. So you might take him down and be able to hold him down for 30, 40 seconds. And it's different with a guy like Usman. He's holding you down. He's not trying to grapple with you. He's not trying to, out grapple you, pass it. He's not trying to do that. He may try and just take him down, try and hold him as much as possible, get up, etc., etc. Okay, still sad about the cancellation of Jemiah versus Edwards fight. I hate COVID so much. Joseph, I hate COVID myself, my friend. I'm really looking forward to, Hamzat versus Leon, but I don't know if we're ever going to see that fight. And now it's probably lost a bit of its luster as well, especially I think they're trying to match Leon with Colby. Do you think John is avoiding Izzy? He has to know that's a super fight. Yeah, but so is John at heavyweight. You know what I mean? I'd argue that John could win both belts as Izzy could, and then you don't know, they might make that a fight for 3 belts, you know what I mean, more or less. So I don't know. I don't think he's avoiding. I don't think John Jones avoiding anyone. There's a difference between look, I don't think you're avoiding Izzy because you're scared and then potentially fighting Francis or Stipe. That's not I know, he's not scared. Costa is Viera 2.0. Maybe. It's odd to see Costa and Cejudo on the same team. I see Cejudo do really smart things inside the fight versus Cruz, but Costa didn't utilize any of those same tactics versus Adesanya, another movement-based guy, Mason Klatt. Yeah, but you can't say that, man. They're very like the skill sets that they have and who they are and the rest of it is massive. Like it's not even close. The difference between Cejudo and Costa, I'm talking about their pedigrees, the differences, etc. They're huge. They're not even. It's not even fucking close. You know what I mean? It's not even close. Guys, before I go on, because I had to change the streams, it kind of messed up. But I was going to say, guys, I am working with Manscaped. Go to Manscaped, get 20% off, free shipping with the code FAB. We are talking about the weed whacker here, people, to take out any unwanted nose hairs, to take out any kind of ear hair that you have. Do not be that person. It is skin safe. It has a replaceable head. It has high performance motor, premium 9,000 RPM motor powers. That's like a small aeroplane or something like that. Cordless rechargeable. That's a very important one. You don't have to plug it in. You can take it wherever you want. It has a smart design, so it fits nicely and snugly into your hand. And most importantly, it's waterproof. So, you can take it anywhere. You can do it in the shower and you look nice and hairless, people. So go to Manscaped, get 20% off plus free shipping with the code FAB. Thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Let's see what else is here by our lovely audience. And guys, can I also say to you, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for following. Thank you so much. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, please. Thank you for everything, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Coach, your thoughts on Viera versus Hernandez? Man, I think they both did what they had to do. I think Hernandez was fantastic, fought out of his skin. Viera went for it, did his game, and it came up short. Gassed. I do think that, and I said this before the fight, is that Viera's a bit mechanical with the stand-up. He doesn't have that fluidity of the stand-up. And I think up until this point, he felt that he'd be able to cut that distance with strikes. Like his strikes were enough to cut that distance, and he'd be able to take the person down. And it's true. He'd probably be able to do that. But in MMA, it's different. It's not jiu-jitsu. People are hitting you and people are going to get up. But I think that there are things there that someone of his caliber will be able to overcome. This fight that's coming up now is a real fucking interesting one because his name eludes me for a second. Marquez, the Cuban missile guy, he beat Phil Hawes, and Phil Hawes is the guy that beat Jacob Malkoon. Phil Hawes is dude, built like a fire hydrant, hits like a truck. This guy beat him, and so I'm really, really interested to see how they go, these two guys. And he had a split loss, I believe, to Alessio De Jericho. Or a win, I don't know. But I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but he's good, man. Where are my marbles? You're a champion. $10 Australian. Thank you so much. My daughter will have a small piece of broccoli thanks to you, sir. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Guys, I really appreciate the help. I really appreciate the support. It keeps the channel going. And man, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it so much. Please like and subscribe, share, tell your friends, hit the notification. Julian Marquez from Kansas City, Cuban Missile Crisis. He's coming out happy as Larry, doing his dance moves and everything. Mate, I like it. I'm impressed. He's a big fellow, man. He beat Phil Hawes, and I was impressed with the way he did it too. And then we have another champion person, Hody, $5 Australian. Feed the fam. Good man, Fab. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it, man. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Jacob Birdsong says, greetings, Fab. The Viera fight was bananas. Man, it was a great fight. I wish I didn't have the audio problems and I was able to call the whole fight. That's my one regret. It's not my one regret in life, but it's my one regret with that fight. This Julian Marquez guy means business, man. He fights hard. He fights hard. Thoughts on Rogan as a commentator? Has the game moved past his knowledge? From Jake McKenzie. No, he's a very, very knowledgeable guy. To be honest with you, I haven't heard a lot of commentary from the UFC because I do the fights here, so I don't really hear the commentary as much. But I still watch a lot of like old fights and that. But I watch and he's on the commentary sometimes, but sometimes I watch Glory or I watch Bellator or I watch Rising or I watch ONE FC. So I don't, I think he's a fantastic commentator and I think he's extremely knowledgeable. I wouldn't be able to give you an educated opinion of him currently because I don't watch enough fights with the sound on to be able to give you any proper feedback on it. But I think he's very knowledgeable. 87 Metallic. Is Grange still going? Yeah, there's a gym like that's owned by Rob. Grace Smith Grange, I think, owned by Alex and Rob. I'm not sure actually, to be honest with you, but the gym's still running. And we will be working. But me personally, I have nothing to do with the gym. I've sold my interests in the gym, but I will be doing some more programs in the future. Absolutely, I'm still strongly affiliated with the Aboriginal unit at TAFE. So we will be launching some programs. It won't be the GAP program or anything like that. That was a program that I put forward that ran for a few years and it was quite successful. We will be looking at improving on that and running different programs in the future for sure. I only like the kickboxing and Muay Thai in UFD from Nathan So Wavy. Subtenzin, hi, I just came home from work. Was excited to be here for the main event. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Mexi, do you think since training with Trevor Whitman, Usman will make a Justin Gaethje-esque performance, i.e. excellent footwork, different angles, and a real improved striking? I don't know if improved. I think any time when somebody like has been training for so long with a different with a coach and then he switches to a new coach, you can't really credit that new coach, even though I'm gonna get back. The whole thing is an interesting question. Even the new coach will have had a massive impact on you. You feel happy and everything, but a lot of the skills are still coming from the old coaches. Having said that, I do think that Whitman will add wrinkles to Usman's game. Absolutely. One of the things that GSP said about Conor McGregor was, and I don't usually get into gossip, but GSP is not really a gossiper. But he said McGregor has to change teams, has to change his team, or somewhat like that. I'm paraphrasing. And he goes, it doesn't matter if it's real or not. It requires change. And as long as he believes it, it will have an effect. And I'm not going to put words in his mouth and say this is what he meant by that. But it is absolutely true from a short-term need to do something perspective. Like say, for example, if things aren't working and somebody tells you, man, tie some garlic around your neck and you're going to run faster if you're a runner and you truly believe it and you run faster because of it and it's a placebo, it doesn't matter. Long term, it's not going to help you in life a lot, but it's important that you believe that your new coaches are helping you for your success of your career, even if it's not real. Having said that, Trevor Whitman's a fantastic coach. Sublime says, hey man, I have a question. I've been watching MMA for about a year now, but if Ngannou beats Stipe, do you have him or Jones? Obviously one of the best skill sets, but the forward escort has to land once. I don't see anyone taking a shot of Francis Ngannou. And John has that's one of his things. He kind of can take a shot because he's so long and that's a game he plays. And I don't see, I see him struggling with someone like Francis. I do. I want to see a back and forth fight soon. I think these guys might give you a back and forth fight. Pitolo, he's the underdog. Marquez is a bit of a monster, man. He's a bit of a sleeping giant. Tall guy. Now, again, with the reach, don't forget, guys, when I've said this before in the past, people go, he's shorter, but he has longer reach. They measure as a wingspan. So a lot of the times, a shorter guy with a longer reach doesn't, in fact, have longer reach. Not always. Who's going to win the main event, do you think? I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's a very interesting fight. I think they match up closely, but the fight might end up quickly. We're off, people. We're off. Whoa! Pitolo started. Guns are blazing. Big left kicks. Body lock by Marquez. He's got double underhooks as far as I can see here. He's looking for a trip. He's fallen to a knee. Pitolo has muscled out of that. Now Pitolo's looking for a trip himself. He's got an over-under clinch. He's looking for a trip. He's looking for a step back. He hasn't got it. Marquez up against the cage. These guys have kicked off at full pelt. This is going to be interesting because these are big boys. Pitolo's a big lad, man. Look at his legs. He's got big, thick legs, broad shoulders. Marquez is up against the cage, but this is how the Phil Hawes fight went. You know what I mean? This is how the Phil Hawes fight went, and Marquez came back. Marquez is much more a diesel than he is explosive. And Pitolo's definitely explosive. Marquez looking for a guillotine. He does have a good guillotine, Marquez. He does have a good guillotine. So he's got a butterfly hook in, does Marquez. Pitolo's imposing himself much on Marquez, but we're 1 minute into this round. 1 minute into the round. Now, the way that Pitolo has got Marquez pressured up against the cage is fantastic. He's got the head up against the cage and not a lot of room for Marquez to be able to use his hips. So Pitolo's doing a fantastic job. But having said that, Marquez is also making sure that Pitolo can't get up to land the shots. Pitolo's landing some ground and pound to the body. Marquez doing a fantastic job of blocking on the bicep. I like that he's sitting in the half guard is Pitolo, so he's using the half guard as a Turk ride to basically pin Marquez up against the cage. As long as that right foot of Marquez's is caught, he's going to struggle very, very much to be able to get up. But he's doing a good job of trying to get that foot free. And he's looking for a switch of sorts on Pitolo. Pitolo's looking for a choke and looking to try and take the back. But Marquez, he has to roll into his own back here, I think, and just give the back. But now he's got that. He's holding onto the arm. He's got the arm trapped, and he's got a half Nelson. This is a lovely sequence. I really love this sequence. Whenever I've taught my guys, I've always taught this. I really love that sequence. A half Nelson with the wrist control. Brilliant way to hold somebody down. And Pitolo did a fantastic job of that. Trying to trap the wrists is Pitolo. Landing nice shots. Looking for that wrist control from the back of the Dagestani handcuff. He's got the outside hook in, does Pitolo. 2:25 to go in the first round. But Marquez is doing a good job of avoiding damage and keep working to get up. He keeps working to get up. Rides him over, does Pitolo. Fantastic job. I like what's going on here, guys. It's a very interesting exchange because Marquez is definitely the diesel engine. Remember what I say about this guy. I hope that it doesn't make me look bad. I'm not going for either one of these guys. I just know what each one of them have. So what Marquez is trying to do here, he's trying to scrape him off the cage, use the cage to scrape Pitolo off him. But Pitolo's doing a fantastic job of doing exactly that, riding him, taking him down. But as this fight progresses, some of that explosion is going to go from Pitolo if Pitolo can't finish him. And then it's going to be interesting what happens if it lasts into the third round, what kind of Pitolo we see. Because like I said, the Hawes fight was similar to this. He's got a nice whizzer, does Marquez. And he's using, see, this is similar. I always say this to people. The cage is similar to half guard. You know, so when you get that underhook or you get that overhook, you can put your foot out like a shield. And then you can use that shield to get your underhook as well, much like you do in half guard. So he's got a nice whizzer, does Marquez. But Pitolo has a nice single leg. Pitolo's he's gone looking for that body lock, but he hasn't got it. Nice Uchimata approach by Marquez, and Marquez going for a standing guillotine. I told you at the start, he's got a very good guillotine. Even if he doesn't finish this, he's definitely threatened Pitolo with it. And Pitolo knows this, and Pitolo's not going to just stick his head in again like that. He's looking for a cow catcher flip, but he didn't do it. Now Pitolo's got to be a little bit more wary because I do believe that a lot of the explosion has gone from Pitolo. And Marquez is a diesel engine. He is definitely a diesel engine. Which is honestly how I thought the Phil Hawes fight would go. Like, I thought Phil Hawes obviously more explosive than Jacob, but Jacob Malkoon is a diesel engine himself. He has got 3 lungs, that guy. Here comes Marquez. There's 8 seconds to go. Pitolo has definitely lost some of the explosion. There's 3 seconds to go. Marquez still looks relaxed. That's the bell, guys. That's the bell. We've got 1 minute. Very, very interesting, man, because in a situation like this, it's going to get very, very interesting to see what Pitolo comes out in the subsequent rounds. You know, if Marquez gets out of this second round, I do believe that Pitolo will be the more gassed fighter going into the third round. That round, I believe, goes all to Pitolo. My opinion. I can be wrong. When does the main event start? Like, the main event starts probably in an hour or something. Nice shots landed by Pitolo as well. But I'll tell you this, in that one you could see it, but Marcus did a great job of taking a lot of that on the gloves. But there was some big shots landed by Pitolo. Angle says, John has complained a lot about his lack of pay. He'd probably rather fight Izzy for heavyweight title with a huge views, assuming Izzy gets the light heavyweight titles, way more pay-per-view sales versus light heavyweight fight. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They're swinging for the fences now, but Pitolo has lost pop. Marcus is getting Pitolo to move back now, and he's pouring with the jab. And as he's pouring with the jab, though, he's taking up the center of the octagon and he goes looking for that overhand right. There is such a stark contrast in the difference with Pitolo in the first and Pitolo in the second round. And he's feinting and making Pitolo bite on the feints is Marquez. He goes looking for the overhand right, but Pitolo hits him with a check hook. Pitolo's still dangerous, though. And he's looking for that check hook, but he's nowhere near the same fighter that he was early on. He hit him with that overhand right, did Marquez. Now they're exchanging in the middle. Goes looking for a left high kick, does Pitolo. Left kick to the body. Seems to have hit him low. Did Marquez. Speaking of hitting somebody low, please go to Manscaped for 20% off using the code FAB to get free shipping for your weed whacker, people, to trim your nose hairs and also to use any other manscaping products. Anytime that somebody gets hit in the nuts, that's what it reminds me of. So please, guys, 20% off if you need to buy something for that special someone on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to my wife, who is a champion. Thank you so much. We love you, Fab. If I order Manscaped, I'll be sure to order through you, Joshua Kirstein. Thank you, Joshua. That's all I ask. Just keep me in your thoughts. Again, Pitolo with the takedown on Marquez, but this starts to drain Pitolo. This is starting to drain Pitolo because Marquez keeps getting up, and that starts to become difficult. But Pitolo's doing a great job of pushing Marquez up against the cage and looking to ride him over. But not a huge amount of damage is occurring to Marquez. And Pitolo is exerting a lot of energy with a takedown if he can't hold him down. If you take someone down and they pop back up, like on a double leg or something like that, he starts to gas you a lot. Especially like we were talking earlier, that isometric hold and then the punching, very, very hard. Again with a trip, body lock to trip, does Pitolo, but Marquez keeps getting up. Doing a fantastic job of continuing to get up is Marquez. Pitolo's definitely winning, though. He's absolutely winning. Question is going to be, can Marquez get some offense going later into the third round? Nice elbow by Pitolo, and then it shoots a double leg. He's looking for this takedown, but now Marquez sprawls and he goes looking for that guillotine. He's got a really good guillotine. That's in tight. I don't think Pitolo was able to roll in time. He's defending. He's got his hand in there. Marquez is now passing the guard. He's in half guard now. He's still looking for the guillotine. He's got a high elbow guillotine. That's in deep. Pitolo's able to roll out of it again, But Marquez now has taken his back, and Pitolo has lost a lot of the explosion. That's what I was talking. 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Marquez is landing a lot of ground and pound. Not very hard, but it's enough. And Pitolo's not doing he's doing a bit of a job of defending himself, but these shots are getting through. Even if they're landing on the hand while you're defending, it's still going to knock you about. And he's not improving his position here. Marquez is very, very smart. Oh, he's rolled out. Now Pitolo's got it on top. Marquez has got a good shield there with a half guard. He's going to look to push that leg through and get that underhook, which is what he just did then. Now it makes it very hard for Pitolo to land that ground and pound from there. Marquez looks to be very, very knowledgeable in certain positions there. And he's looking to get up. Pitolo's looking to get that. Ooh, almost got it. He almost got that wrist control. And now he's taken the full mount, did Pitolo. Great work by Pitolo. Great work. Very, very good work. And what a comeback. This is a nice back and forwards fight from both of them. Big shots to the body. Those are big shots that he's landing, by the way, people. And he's looking for a modified choke, I believe. But I don't think Marquez is going to give him his back. I don't see it. But this shoulder pressure, and he's holding him down. If Pitolo's going to try and ride this round out, and I believe that he's going to win this round if he rides it out. He's looking for the back, is Pitolo. Marquez is being smart. He's keeping his back to the mat. Pitolo's got great shoulder pressure here, so that's also neutralizing that underhook that Marquez has on the right-hand side. But now Marquez has the underhook. But Pitolo's doing a fantastic job. See that shoulder pressure with Pitolo's right shoulder? That's what's allowing him to flatten Marquez's back to the mat and not allow Marquez to get up onto his shoulders, get onto his side, and get up. Great job here. Awesome job by Pitolo. Landing big shots. Those shots are big. They're not little shots. They're shots that are going to hurt you and going to start taking the gas out of you. 17 seconds to go. Pitolo's still looking for the back. I don't believe Marquez is going to give it to him. There's 10 seconds to go. I don't think this fight's going to get finished here. And we are going to see a third round. Nice elbows landed by Marquez there. I don't know how much those body shots will have taken out of Marquez, to be honest with you. I think those body shots are going to have an effect. 6D says, I think Burns has a very high chance of winning. He absolutely does. They both do, though. Izzy is avoiding Jones, and he'll move up when he goes into the division. Yet in his interviews, he claims he'll be fighting light heavyweight at the same weight, Darren Jacobs. Well, he'll be a light heavyweight in the light heavyweight fight. I don't think he's going to cut a shit ton of weight, but he's not going to be 85 kilos. He's a big guy, man. I've told you 1,000 times. Who do you think deserves will fight for the 155 belt? I'd like to see Oliveira versus Dustin. Me personally. I don't know. Deserve is such a funny word. Going back to this fight that's occurring right now, I believe Marquez is still very much in the fight, but he's 2 rounds down. That's what I think. I don't know how refs see it or whatnot. I'd be hard-pressed to find someone that can justify one of those rounds to Marquez, though, in my opinion. Pitolo's looking for a hand touch there. Both pumped these boys. They've nice show of sportsmanship. Ooh, nice calf kick and a swing and a miss with a spinning fist by Marquez. Marquez hits Pitolo with the right hand. Then he hits him with the left hand, but they're partially landed. The boys are exchanging big shots. Pitolo's got a granite chin and he swings for the fences every time. Both guys swinging. Interesting, because like I said, I thought Marquez did have the diesel engine, and he does, but I wonder how much those body shots have taken out of Marquez. Nice left hook landed by Pitolo on the exit. Pitolo's now standing in a southpaw stance, and he drops him. He drops Marquez. I don't know if he dropped him with a kick, though. I don't know if he dropped him with a leg kick or a left hook. I couldn't really see it clearly. Oh, nice jab landed by Pitolo, and Marquez lands a right hand on Pitolo, but Pitolo has shown that he's got a granite chin. Left and a right and a left landed by Marquez. Marquez goes looking for the tie clinch but misses. Now Marquez in the southpaw stance, and Pitolo also is Pitolo in the orthodox stance. Both guys looking exhausted here in the middle, and they're swinging for the fences. They're standing in the middle swinging, but Pitolo actually does look the fresher of the two, and I think that's got a lot to do with the body shots that were landed by Pitolo from the mount in the second round. Nice left hook, lead left hook by Pitolo landed. Again, with a kick, it looked a bit low. That kick by Marquez goes for spinning elbow landed by Marquez. Goes looking for the guillotine, but Pitolo's already defending it. Hits him with a knee and an elbow and another knee. Does Marquez hits him with a nice little jab? Does Marquez? Now he goes looking for Pitolo. Pitolo's looking to get out of the way. Right hand landed partially by Marquez, and Pitolo goes again looking for the takedown. I don't know if Marquez is going to look for that guillotine again. Yes, he is. He's looking for the guillotine on Pitolo. If the guillotine's off, and Pitolo, I believe Pitolo's going to hold Marquez down because Marquez landed and stopped. There was enough time there for him to already start getting up. Whenever you get taken down, you have to get up straight away, like straight away. As soon as your bum hits the ground is lava. You got to go pop and get up. The moment you go, oh, fuck, you're done. And I believe that Marquez hasn't got the gas anymore to be able to pop back up. And I think that what we're going to see is a version of the last couple of rounds. Oh, Pitolo's taken the back. He hasn't sunk the hook in, but that arm is in deep. Marquez is doing a fantastic job of stopping that other hook coming in, but that arm is in deep. You can choke with one arm, by the way, especially in MMA because the glove's hard to get that second hand in, but he's got it in deep, does Pitolo. Marquez could finish on top. He could finish on top. He could finish on top. It looks like he's going to try and finish on top, and he has. Marquez definitely needs a finish. What he doesn't want to be is too high on his back and roll off like he did in the second round. Do not go too high on his back, Marquez. Pitolo is a warrior, and his chin is made of stone. These are two big, strong guys in the middleweight division. Nice. He's got a reverse crossface, does Marquez, but Pitolo keeps looking for that trip. He's staying on that single leg. Is Pitolo. Marquez going again for that look to be like a modified guillotine. He shucks Pitolo off. There's 1 minute 36 seconds to go. These guys are exhausted. He looks for the trip. Does Pitolo. Marquez is looking now. Marquez is not really defending like he was earlier in the fight. Pitolo's hanging on. There's 1 minute and 21 seconds to go. I believe it will be unanimous for Pitolo unless something amazing happens for Marquez in this last minute and 12 seconds of the round. He lands a couple of big shots. Does Marquez landed it just behind the ear. Pitolo looks to be in a little bit of trouble here. Big knee landed deep on that double leg was Pitolo. Marquez is looking for that guillotine. He's going to fight right to the end. Is Marquez. He really needs a finish here. He's got a great guillotine. That's not on. It's not on. Now he goes for the Das. This Das is not on yet. It's not on. It looks like it's going to be on, though. It's pretty tight. He won it. I did call it a third round. He is the diesel engine, is Marquez. Heart of a lion. He keeps going. He fights so hard. He's got a diesel engine, does Marquez. Having said that, Pitolo, anyone that's up and coming in that division, it's looking to come up. Pitolo's not going to be an easy fight for you, man. He's not going to be an easy fight for anyone that's coming through that division. Not at the moment, nothing against him, not against the top guys. Those top guys are, they're killers. But anyone that's up and coming in that division, Pitolo's going to be a tough fight. He's a very well-rounded guy. Very, very, very well-rounded. I was very impressed by him. And Marquez, you fight this guy, man. You better pack a lunch, man, because this guy's, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a dog fight. A nice spinning elbow. Pitolo has to have a cinder block for a head, man, because you get hit with a spinning elbow like that. I don't know how he's not dead. Look at that. And this is, I think, one of the big turning points. He was able to get that hook off his back and then spin and land on top. Look at these heavy hands. He hasn't got pop in those punches. He's a diesel, man. He's just a diesel engine. And he just keeps working. Nice guillotine. And then he changes the guillotine to a Das. What great work. And you have to still have good squeeze to be as gassed as this guy was and be able to pull that off. But Pitolo did a fantastic job. He won 14 minutes of that fight. You know what I mean? And that's what the fight game is, man. He's very good with stand-up and wrestling. Who are you talking about, Cody? Oh, Burns. Yeah, fucking oath, he's good. Very, very good. Leaf, what round does Grasso finish Barber? I don't know. Lord Marcus Gaza, UFC officials. Uncle Dana will send you a check. I don't know what that means. Jack the Ripper, sorry I'm late, Uncle Fab. Great to have you, mate. I'm glad that you're here. What time does it start in California? I don't know, but the main event will start in about 45 minutes, maybe. Jacob Birdsong, probably going to pick up some Manscaped stuff. I'm going on a big backcountry trip in the Rockies in a few weeks, and I've got to tame the hedges. Mate, use the code FAB. Go to Manscaped, use the code FAB for 20% off all products, not just the Weed Whacker, but any Manscaped products. Use the code FAB and receive 20% off. It's quite a big discount. I think some of those things are like $60. It's like, I don't know, $12 or something. I'm not good at maths. Oleg Shaligin. This card should be a fight night, to be honest. I like the top 4 fights on the card, but not enough to pay. Well, if you don't like enough to pay, Oleg, that's okay. I'm going to be here. I'm going to tell you what happens, and I'm going to do the best play-by-play that I possibly can in honor of you, Oleg. Sublime, hey man, I have a question. I've been watching MMA for a while now. If Ngannou beats Stipe, who do you have with him and John Jones? Obviously, John is a master. I think we covered that one. We answered that one. I don't know about the Cowboys. Jacob Burns. I said that. I said like I don't see. I see that John Jones takes a few too many shots. Like you saw it in the Thiago Santos fight. You saw it in a lot of fights. Like he backs his chin and he backs that he is quite long, and that he can move in and out. But he takes a lot of damage off the taller light heavyweight fighters, and he can't do that against Francis. So I think that'll be a real tough fight, man. Even against Stipe, he can't do that. Give us Sir Sakolis, give us that Joe Rogan commentary, my man. I've got 10,000 on Burns. I don't know what the Joe Rogan commentary means, but I hope for your sake Burns wins. But I don't know who's going to win. Yeah, it was a split loss to Alessia. I was sure of it. Did you hear about Romero versus Johnson? Interesting fight, man. Interesting fight. I can't tell you unequivocally who's going to win. I can't say that to you because I think Romero has seen better days and Johnson hits stupid hard. Stupid hard. And if they fight, I think it's going to be a light heavyweight, and I think Romero is a better middleweight. But I think his middleweight days are gone. Romero is actually not massive. When I say this guy's big, that guy Romero's not like he's big. He's a fucking big guy, but in real life, he's not huge like a tall, massive guy. He's built like a brick, but he's super athletic, super lean, super muscular. But there's guys that are bigger than him. Like he's not. He's built different. He's like just a different build, but he's not massive. So when you put him up at light heavyweight, the guys are taller. The guys are thicker, bigger hands, bigger bones. It's a different build. Hey brother, lots of love from Canberra. Who you got winning the main event? Oh, man, I haven't got a pick on that one. You know what I mean? That one's like I said. I think it could look easy for either one of them, but I think they match up very closely. Let me see. I'm balling out on my bookie since the McGregor fight. I've been rolling. Good on you, man. I'm happy. I'm gonna have to skip a few people, guys, because I'm a little bit behind. I should have saved the money on the pay-per-view and just listened to Fab's play-by-play. That's my grandparents experienced Joe Louis fights. Yeah, man. Hey, how it's funny you say Joe Louis. I've just ordered a Joe Louis shirt, but they were fucking out of stock, man. Joe Louis is the best. I'm a huge fan of his. Randy, how are we? Um, can't really see the timer. Oh yeah, of course. Let me fix this for you. I don't know what happened then. I'm having problems with the audio again. Something happened when I did that. Something happened with the audio. I don't know. Can can you hear me clearly, guys? Because I'm having problems again with the audio. I don't know if you can hear me clearly or not. Is the audio fine right now? Guys, let me know if the audio is not working well. Just write it down there. Oh, good, man. Thank you. I think it was my headphones. They must have messed up. Something happened. And I thought, no, 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 please don't do this to me. All right, I'm coming back up to answer the questions. Um, trying some best as I can. Sorry, guys. Okay. Another legendary segue. Yeah, thank you, sir. Um, man, that last fight was a cracker, James the Juice Man Ravestein. It was a cracker fight. I'm gonna skip a couple so that I can get back on track. Would you attribute Kelvin's slide of losses to maybe not taking training seriously, and or would you say it's more due to the opposition matchups he's had recently? Well, he lost a close fight to Israel. He dropped Israel in the first. He's dropped every middleweight except Darren Till and Jack Hermanson. And the Darren Till fight was fucking close. I watched that the other day. That was a close fight. And Darren Till's good. You know, like Darren Till and Rob fight. Like I felt Rob won that fight close, but Darren Till had some real scary moments for Rob. I felt that Rob won it like he won it comfortably on the scorecards, but there was some scary moments for him. Um, so he's lost to Darren Till was a close fight. He lost to Israel in a decision that I thought he did really well against Israel, to be honest. And then he lost to Jack Hermanson, and I felt that he was in that fight. And then Hermanson got him. Hermanson's very clever the way he sets that heel hook up. He gets that overhook and he elevates you, right? But then he slides under for the opposite leg and he goes for the heel hook. And he was trying to do it to Vettori. And I think Vettori had better luck with that heel hook because he's seen that setup. And so Vettori was very smart. He kept his knees together and he blocked the head of Vettori, so he wasn't able to elevate him in the same way. You know, very smart, very, very, very smart the way he did it. So I think a lot of that's got to do with who you fight, man. Like Kelvin did not look bad against Darren Till. You know, he didn't look bad at all against Darren Till. Darren Till's good, and that was a close one. That one, I think, man, Gastelum throws heat, and you know, there's a reason why he's dropped most middleweights that he's fought. You know, so yeah, he's a beast. Don't sleep on him at all. What do you think about Trevor Whitman coaching Usman? I don't know. I don't know anything about that because I don't know what goes on behind closed doors with your coach and with your team. I don't know that, you know. Having said that, I think Trevor Whitman's a fantastic coach, like a really, really, really good coach. Um, from what I've seen, you know, I don't know, he might drown kittens in his spare time, but from what I've seen, he seems like a great, great coach, you know. I love listening to him and his breakdowns and his analysis and all of that. Love it. So it can't be bad for him, I don't think. I think John knows that he can't take Garner's shots and will game plan around it. Yeah, Michael, you would think so. You would definitely think so. But I do think that that's one of the problems is that he does take some of those shots, you know, and I don't see it being an easy fucking night for John like that with him. Trevor Whitman is a top tier MMA coach. Absolutely. Jake McKenzie. Jared Powers. Love Rogan, but his commentary is acting like every lock is a sub. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I don't. Again, Jared, I don't know because I haven't watched. I haven't really watched with the sound on for a long, long time. Man, the Blachowicz versus Adesanya card, man, that's going to be crazy. You got Megan Anderson versus Amanda Nunes. You got Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan. You got Jan Blachowicz versus Israel Adesanya. That's all for the belts. There's 3 belts on the line. Then you got Islam Makhachev versus Drew Dober in the lightweight bout. That's going to be a fucking killer. I can't wait. And Thiago Santos versus Alexander Rakic for the light heavyweight belt. Man, I am doing a fight companion on that day, I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen. Who won the last fight? Who was the last fight just then? Marquez. Oh, thank you, Double G. Um, £2 sterling almost. A teaspoon of sweet corn for your daughter. Thank you so much, sir. She needs a poor little thing. We barely feed her. Because if there were more fights, I'm asking the UFC to do more fights per week so I can do more podcasts so that I can get more food for my daughter. So thank you so much. Let me put this back up. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate everything. And now what do we get? Fab's play-by-play is the best in the game. Thank you, James. Thank you so much. It's such a kind thing to say. Do you think Gastelum would have a better shot at winning the title at welterweight? I don't know that he makes welterweight as easily as people think he does, man. Like I've met him in real life, like when we did the Smashers series, and man, he's a big little guy. Like he looks like somebody got a heavyweight and chopped off the arms at the elbows and chopped off the knees at the elbows. He's like his torso and his head are fucking huge. He's got a huge head and a huge torso and short arms and short legs. So I don't think he's small. He's not like a small guy. He's like a big little guy, you know? Does Wonder Boy style create problems for Usman? Yeah, I mean, Wonder Boy style creates problems for anyone. For Usman in particular, it's an interesting fight. It's an interesting fight because I think that Wonder Boy's better at grappling than Usman is at striking. Having said that, I don't know that Usman can't hold him up against the cage like he has everybody else. You know, it's very hard to doubt Usman when he's done that to everybody. So yeah, that's my take on that. Dude, I'm front and center to watch that fight. Jack the Ripper, before you say it, I know you probably don't know him, and it's not easy to get all these people to answer. But would you ever interview Fabricio Werdum? I'd love that, Uncle Fab. Dude, if you can make it happen, fuck, I'll interview Fabricio Werdum, man. Yeah, 1,000 billion %. But I can't get those people on my show. You know what I mean? It's not that simple. Some people do. Some people come on, but there's, I'm not going to say, I message this guy, message that guy, but I message nearly everyone you can think of. 12 gotcha. Hashtag Fab for UFC president. Start the movement, sir. Start the movement. Jared Powers, yes. Okay, thank you, guys. Everyone can hear me. Thank you very much. We're about to watch Ricky Simon versus Kelleher in the featherweight division. This looks like my old man using technology, James. Sorry, boys. Usman versus George. Who wins? Are you saying George St. Pierre? I think St. Pierre. In prime St. Pierre, I think St. Pierre beats him. Fab, can you use Manscaped to shave your head and face too? You can, but it's not as close a shave as the old razor blade, really. It's different, but if you're shaving your balls, it's much fucking safer. So please go Manscaped, buy any Manscaped product, 20% off. Use my code, use the word Fab, and you're good. That card's crazy, eh? And well, I think Gastelum's still really good. Lost to Till was very narrow. I think it's just harder when there's a lot of footage on you. He used to surprise a lot more. That is very, very true. That is very, very, very true. He's no joke. Gastelum's no joke. And like I said, he's very, very, very. He's like deceptively big guy. And on the ground, he would feel very like kind of heavy. His torso is so big. Jared Powers, Gastelum is minus 200 betting, which is implied odds of him winning 7 out of 10. You would agree on value with Ian? I don't know that he beats Ian 7 out of 10 times. I don't know that he does that. I don't discount who Ian is and how good Ian is. I've seen them both fight a lot. I think at least the last few times that I've seen him, I think Gastelum's stand-up is still more fluid and sharper and quicker than Ian. and I think that he will land that left hand. I think Ian, his boxing's good, but it's not as fluid and it's not as sharp and crisp. And Gastelum has that pop in that left hand, like pop, hits you hard, and he can hit really hard at real funny distances. Kind of, he's weird. He's kind of like Adesanya in that Adesanya is a hard body to prepare for because he's so tall and so different, so rangy. And Gastelum's a hard body to prepare for because the way that he's built is short, like very, very powerful. And he's got like deceptively quick hands and quick movement, good footwork. Yeah, so I don't know if he beats him 7 out of 10 times, but he'd have to be the favorite. That doesn't mean anything, though. We saw Viera was an overwhelming favorite. Really hoping COVID doesn't mess up 259 from. Yes, I agree. The Mexican fridge does not make 170, Morku. I agree. He's not little, man. James the Juice Man says Kelvin's body makes no sense. Tell Eli to take the day off for that card. Yeah, man, he's up in Ballina, which is, for those of you that aren't from here, that aren't from Australia, he's probably, I don't know, about 800, 700 Ks from here. So it's about 8-hour drive. So that's where he is today, visiting family and friends and whatnot. Shout out to his friend, actually, that just got his leg removed, So massive shout out to him, and shout out to his other friend who's Nudge, who's fighting for an Australian title in boxing. Jared, I know, but his overhand hits hard. His body is not ideal for fighting. Man, are you talking about Gastelum? Gastelum's just a different kind of body, man. It's not good or bad. He's a very, very, very powerful guy. Sorry if I do skip you. But I'm just trying to catch back up to where we are. Ewan Ferguson, Fab versus Fab, BJJ, no gi winner, keeps grinding. Kelvin reminds me of Conor McGregor style wise. A little bit. Jesus Diaz, hope your city's post will have a new UFC champ tonight by the last name Burns from Jesus Diaz. Issa Bra says, at which time Usman going to fight? I don't know, probably 45 minutes, an hour, something like that. Jared Power says, thanks for the video. Thanks for the breakdown, like the video. David Morris, does Sandhagen deserve a rematch if Aljo beats Jan for the belt? Yes. You know what I mean? Yes. Why not? Ricky Simon is coming out here. I like Ricky Simon. Very good fighter. Very hard-nosed, tough wrestler. This Kelleher cat is good too. He's got some good submissions. He's got some good hands on him. He's very good. This is going to be a cracker fight. NG says, do you think guys like Rob and Gastelum are at a disadvantage due to a lack of reach? What can shorter fighters do to counter this? It feels like a lot of extra risk regardless. You got to think, if you have superior footwork, the problem is, you're at a disadvantage reach if you fight a guy like Israel that's got the reach, but he knows how to use it and he knows how to use distance. That's an advantage that he has and he exploits it. But guys like Rob, say you've got a 2 or 3 inch reach advantage. It's that much, and it matters. Of course, it matters. But with good footwork and good use of angles and your ability to get in and out, slide in and out, but you need good footwork for this. You can mitigate that reach advantage, And then once they're inside, they can start to create problems for you as well. So I hope that answers your questions. Definitely the use of angles and your footwork, and you have to have some type of speed as well if you're a shorter person, which Gastelum and Rob both have. Both have. Delgado, I'm not sure who's going to win this. No, me neither. I think this is, again, he's a 250 favorite, is Simon. But I don't think it's going to be that simple. But this guy's a pitbull, man. Hassan Noor. How does Rob deal with calf kicks? I can't really speak on Rob per se, but I can say, already, we're about to start, people. And just a sec, guys. Okay, go. We're off. We're off. Both guys in the orthodox stance. Simon goes looking for a hook. Oh, nice. There's a takedown by Simon. straight into Kelleher's guard. But I like this guard. Kelleher's an open guard, and he's moving. Now he's got a closed guard, and he's holding Ricky Simon in. So when you're in this position here, you don't want to have a closed guard and the guy posture up and he's just going to smash you. But this guy is a pit bull, is Ricky Simon. Great wrestler, very strong. Doing a great job. Kelleher looks in a lot of pain. He looks like he's in pain. I don't know if he's in pain, if he's grimacing in pain, if something has happened, or if he's just effort. But Simon has done a fantastic job of wrapping up the legs. He's gone looking to take the back. He's landing short little uppercuts with his left hand. Now he's gone with a body lock, and he's looking to, I believe he's going to try and ride him over. Yep, he's riding him over. Kelleher needs some space here, but Ricky Simon does exactly the opposite of give you space. He's just all over you and turns it all into a wrestling match. I believe Kelleher is cut as well above his eye. Nothing good has happened for Kelleher in this first minute and a half of this fight. More uppercuts landed by Ricky Simon. Man, he is a real tough wrestler, hard-nosed wrestler is Ricky Simon. Landing some ground and pound on Kelleher from the start. Kelleher's trying to use an active open guard, but Ricky Simon has now stepped into the half guard, and he's looking for that shoulder pressure. Kelleher's doing a fantastic job of keeping his bicep there, but now Ricky Simon is looking for that head arm choke. If he gets out of this half guard, which Kelleher has a lockdown, but I believe that Ricky Simon is just going to continue to put the pressure down on towards his throat and neck and keep him pinned to the ground. Kelleher's looking to keep this lockdown. See what's keeping Kelleher alive is that left foot of his is holding Ricky Simon's foot, and that's stopping Ricky Simon from sliding out. But now Ricky Simon has started to slide out. Great job of Kelleher by not getting caught in that arm triangle. I think Kelleher's gone looking for a Kimura on the far side. I can't see from this angle, but he's not going to finish him with a Kimura from this side. I don't believe on Ricky Simon. Ricky Simon's very, very savvy to submissions. Very, very good at scrambling and very, very, very physically strong. Going into a front headlock is Ricky Simon. He's going to look to take the back initially here, I think, and there it is there. He's taking the back, slides him back. Kelleher looks to get up. He's gone for a deep on a guillotine, is Kelleher, but that's not going to happen. He kind of arm dragged out of that, did Simon. So anytime you're caught in those positions, the way out is the way that the hands are pointing. Kelleher goes looking for a front kick. Now, this is where Kelleher needs the space. He needs the space to work. They're both in orthodox stance. Kelleher, but he's got a cut above his head, and Simon is just a pit bull, and he keeps coming. Kelleher's wants to keep him on the end of his jab, but he's very hesitant. That's what happens with a good wrestler like Ricky Simon. With a couple of takedowns like that, he causes some damage, and you're very hesitant on your feet. Again, massive double leg by Ricky Simon. Got Kelleher on his back. Kelleher has now got a closed guard. This is a very defensive position. He's holding down the posture of Ricky Simon, trying to mitigate the damage that's occurring. He's opened his guard. He went for a guillotine, but again, he just slides his head. That does Ricky Simon. He's got fantastic shoulder pressure now from the half guard. This is a great pass for anyone to do in jiu-jitsu. Is if you're in half guard, get your underhook, create shoulder pressure on your opponent's head, flatten him out to his back. And the thing that Ricky Simon's doing now was looking for that head arm choke, which adds an extra level of discomfort and an extra level of danger to Kelleher. Again, great shoulder pressure. That shoulder pressure, that's perfect. Kelleher's doing a good job of grapevining that leg and creating a lockdown that doesn't let Ricky Simon move freely. And now he's done a great job of getting up to his feet. Left high kick by Ricky Simon. Ricky Simon's holding the center of the octagon. We've got both guys in the southpaw position. Kelleher goes looking for a calf kick. Doesn't land a flush, but still lands it. Ricky Simon is an absolute pitbull. Goes looking for another double leg. Kelleher goes looking for a guillotine. Simon shucks it off and ducks under a left hook. Takes a calf kick, does Ricky Simon. Kelleher has found a little bit of success now in stuffing a couple of Ricky Simon's takedowns. And the double legs, the blast double legs, whilst effective, take a lot of your cardio. A lot of your cardio. We saw that in the Marquez fight. Like it went all the way down to the wire. But if you cannot capitalize on your takedowns and your opponent keeps getting up, it starts to create havoc for the guy that's doing the takedowns. But there's 9 seconds to go. And Kelleher's looking. Oh, right hand swinging a miss by Ricky Simon. Doubles up on the jab, does Ricky Simon, and then ducks under a left hook of Kelleher's. Both guys touch gloves and they go to the respective corners. So yeah, I can't speak on Rob per se, but the whole purpose of you being able to have a bladed stance, the way that Rob or a Wonder Boy have is for you to be able to slide in and out, So you can try and turn your shin in to check the kick, but a lot of the times you won't be able to do it in time from that position. So whilst you might partially check it, you're still going to wear some damage on the tibialis anterior muscle, which is that muscle that sits outside the front of the shin. And after a few kicks, it's going to be hard for you to dorsiflex your foot, to bend your foot. So the whole advantage and the whole point of you being able to slide, of you having the bladed stance, is to slide in and out. Kelleher has a huge cut on his forehead right here, right above, going vertical, so perpendicular to his right eyebrow. So on this eyebrow, he's got a huge cut, and it might be stopped later in this round. I think it's a pretty big cut. If you have a reach disadvantage, just give him a Stockton slap, says Diaz Army. Yeah, Chandler closed the distance on a longer fighter. Absolutely. We're off. Again, Ricky Simon comes in. Now they're starting to trade. It's going to get harder and harder for Ricky Simon to land those double legs, I believe. Because front kick landed by Kelleher. Nice front kick down the middle. That's a great weapon to use. The front kick down the middle, a snap kick, not a tip kick, is a great weapon to use against wrestlers coming forward. Inside leg kick landed by Ricky Simon. Jab landed by Ricky Simon. I like that little stutter step that Kelleher's throwing, and the little feints and the misses and the level changes on Ricky Simon. Kelleher's clawing his way back into this fight if he can keep it standing. On the ground, I think there's a bit of an advantage to Ricky Simon, but he has to really work to get it down. Ricky Simon, I believe, is going to keep trying to jab and open that cut up. It's really bothering Kelleher. And I'll tell you something, blood in the eyes from a cut is fucking real. It's real. Like, it's not, does it hurt? No, it's real. Like, you can't see. You straight out cannot see. And it is bothering Kelleher. Nice left kick by Kelleher. Goes looking for a left high kick. At some point, I do believe that the jab and the left hooks are going to be coming from Ricky Simon, because it's going to be hard for Kelleher to see outside of his right eye. But he hit him with a nice front kick, did Kelleher. Now he's gone for a heel hook, and I believe he went for a calf slice, did Kelleher. Some of the shots may have landed and aggravated the cut above his eye. It doesn't take much to start the bleeding again, and the bleeding has absolutely started. Ricky Simon with a body lock. Ricky Simon is not looking for these takedowns as much. It is a great deal of work. Nice leg kick landed by Kelleher. Ricky Simon has now switched to southpaw stance. Now he's switched back to orthodox. Goes looking for a spinning back fist. Bear in mind, guys, every shot that's coming from the left-hand side is going to be harder, not impossible, but harder for Kelleher to see, because there is blood in that eye. Kelleher feints with a right kick. Ricky Simon moving in. Closer, throws a right hand. I'd like to see him throw more left hooks. Hits him with a nice straight left. Does Ricky Simon. Kelleher's looking for punches. There's a combination of punches thrown by Kelleher. Doubled up on the jab. He's holding the inside of he's holding the middle of the octagon. He's Kelleher. He threw a calf kick then, and it was checked by Ricky Simon. So that's a very interesting one as well. Another leg kick landed by Ricky Simon, partially checked by Kelleher. Kelleher switches stance and comes forward and doubles up on a jab that was once a lead right hand. Right hand landed by Ricky Simon. Doubles up on the jab, does Kelleher. Last double by Ricky Simon. Kelleher goes looking for a guillotine. Ricky Simon's able to get his head out. There's 2 minutes to go. Ricky Simon wants to hold this guy down. He definitely wants to hold him down. He's got a body lock on him. He's going to look to drag him off the fence a little, I believe, but he's actually climbed up now. He's climbed up and he's past the legs of Kelleher, but Kelleher's going to get his right leg to the fence. As long as he can get that right leg to the fence, he can start to work his way up. But Kelleher keeps touching his face. It's bothering him. He's got a cut on his face, and he's also got a cut on the top left-hand corner of his head, which is a weird thing to say because the head doesn't have corners. It's spherical, but everyone knows what I mean. So those cuts will bleed, will bleed, and it'll make it harder for him to get a submission from the bottom with more blood and more sweat. The blood is definitely running into Kelleher's face, and it's hard as well. You start to breathe that as well because the blood's coming down in your nose. So you start to breathe, and it's It's hard to breathe water like that if there's water all over your nose, but the blood gets into your nostrils and it's like metallic. It's like you can taste the iron and it makes it very hard to breathe. It's thick and it stops you breathing. You start breathing through your mouth, and then your mouth is open, and then you're more susceptible to getting knocked out. Nice right hand landed by Ricky Simon. Then he ducks under counter right hand. Feints on the jabs does Ricky Simon. Feints on the jab again, and Kelleher's reacting to it. Now he's going looking for the outside left hook. Has Ricky Simon, because Kelleher will have trouble seeing that. Looks for the front kick, does Kelleher. Kelleher's still very much in this fight, but I do believe that both rounds go to Ricky Simon. 10 seconds to go. He triples up on the jab, does Ricky Simon. Looks for a flying knee. 3 seconds to go. Oh, hit him low, right on the buzzer. This is at featherweight. Sorry, I'm going to have to skip a couple so we can get more closer to where we're at. Okay. Wonder Boy said he can finally check the kicks due to experience. He said most people can't do it the way he does. I fucking have to agree with him. Yeah, it's crazy, Ewan. He's just got a gas tank. He's a savage. He absolutely is. Ewan Ferguson, thank you so much, sir. I'm not a massive fan of broccoli, but if Little Ite can now eat, then so be it. Thanks for doing this every week, Fab. Ewan Ferguson, thank you for watching, my brother. Thank you for watching. Without you watching, we wouldn't be doing it. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate any and all of the support that you guys give, because it makes me do it, and I love doing it. I love watching the fights, and I love watching and chatting with you guys. We're about to kick off again. And we're off, guys. A big touch of hands there in the middle. And Ricky Simon's straight to work, holds the center of the octagon, doubles up on the jab. Interesting. Nice left high kick by Ricky Simon, and then Kelleher answers with one of his own. The face is bothering Kelleher. I think it started to bleed almost immediately. Anything will make that cut bleed, man. It's such a huge cut. Ricky Simon gets backed up against the cage. Kelleher's coming forward now. Kelleher knows that he has to finish his fight to win. He can't win this on a decision, I don't think. Oh, nice upward elbow. What a nice step in upward elbow. And he doubles up on it. I've never seen someone double up on that before. Nice work by Ricky Simon. Very creative. Little right hand landed by Kelleher, but Simon ducks under and catches the body lock almost immediately. Nice work. He's got the body lock. Every second that goes past is to Kelleher's detriment, because Ricky Simon's winning this match, and he can hold him here. He can stay here in perpetuity till the end of the match. He spins, does Kelleher. He's looking to separate chest to chest from Simon. Simon's too strong. Simon's got the over-under hook. Nice work by Kelleher to get Simon up against the cage. But every second that they're in this, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Nice work by Ricky Simon. He gets it back. Here's a little bit of trivia, guys. Anytime you're in this position, the high underhook wins. The high underhook wins every single time. You have to have a high underhook. Ricky Simon is very, very strong. He's got a nice high underhook there. And so that starts to compromise the balance of Kelleher. So the midline compromises the midline of the body. Nice work. Has he got double underhooks here, Ricky Simon? But every second that goes by is to his detriment for Kelleher. Nice double leg, nice and deep by Ricky Simon. No guillotine happening there, although Kelleher tried. Now, again, Kelleher, like all good wrestlers, uses that half guard like a Turk ride to pin the opponent down. Kelleher's doing a good job of not capitulating, not staying on his back. He's gone looking for the Kimura. He's not going to get the Kimura on Ricky Simon. I'd be extremely surprised that if he gets it, or even if he got it, that Ricky Simon would tap. I think you'd have to rip it off completely for Ricky Simon to tap. There's 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go, and he's winning this match. The longer they stay here, this is better for Ricky Simon, and I don't think he's going to be able to pull it out. As long as he stays in this half guard and he keeps the pressure down on the shoulder, it's very hard for Kelleher to even turn this into a sweep just because of the angle of his head up against the cage. He can't sweep Ricky Simon over either. So Ricky Simon can keep that pressure and keep pushing the back and the head into the cage, and he can stay there for the next 2 minutes easily. Now Ricky Simon's gone looking for a Kimura of his own. He's reversed his position. He's looking for he's going to go. There is a lock there for him, by the way. There's the same lock. It works the other way. And now he's gone looking for the Kimura himself. He's in a much better position for the Kimura. Good on Kelleher for looking for the submission, which has created the scramble. Front headlock. He's looking for maybe a modified Das. Maybe was Ricky Simon, but now they're back to against the cage. Great head position by Ricky Simon. Ricky Simon drops in for another double leg. Kelleher keeps looking for the guillotine there, but he's not going to get it on Ricky Simon. Ricky Simon's a very tricky individual, man. Ducks under, does a nice little duck under, little cheeky duck under, gets the back. There's 1 minute and 14 seconds. Kelleher's hanging in there, but this was all Ricky Simon, I believe, 3 rounds to nil. Those knees to the bottom hurt. And if you put your hand there like that, the way he had it, can break your hand too. Can break a finger, they hurt. They hurt, especially, man, if you land them on the coccyx, on the bottom, the last part of your tailbone. If you land those knees there, man, it's shooting pains up your back if it doesn't break it. You can break the tailbone quite easily there. 37 seconds to go. Ricky Simon, again, he's got the double underhooks. If Kelleher reaches above in any shape, way, or form, Simon's going to go looking for that duck under again to the back. Oh, nice spinning back fist / elbow by Simon. Both men in the southpaw stance. Kelleher throws a kick. Simon partially checks it. Nice front kick thrown by Kelleher. Kelleher is fighting all the way down to the wire, but I do not believe he's going to have... Oh, nice front kick thrown to the body of Simon. There's 5 seconds to go. Kelleher's got to keep fighting all the way to the wire. 2-1, and that's the bell, guys. What a fight. But Ricky Simon wins that. GrangeTV, Jesus Diaz. Thank you for reading my post, brother. You're the best. Just subscribe to your channel, Team Burns. Jesus Diaz, thank you so much, man. Please, guys, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, tell all your friends. Let's try and get this channel to 30,000 views, guys. Let's do it. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate all the support you guys have. I'm really, really touched by it, man. I really love the support, love all the help that you guys do. Love the fact that you guys watch it, and we've got a nice little community here. I really, really appreciate it. Who won? Big Daddy, drop the accent, dude. This is me, man. I can't talk any other way. Jesus Diaz, please put your money on Burns, new UFC champ. Jesus Diaz, I want to ask you a question. Why is it that you support Burns so strongly? Not that Burns isn't someone worthy of your support. I'm just curious as to why. Izzy versus Jan prediction. Izzy versus Jan. Different Jan. Man, I don't know. I got to say Izzy, but Jan is no joke. Miguel Méndez. Los que se creen mucho les quitan siempre lo gallito a ver quién canta más fuerte en ese gallinero. De acuerdo. So he said, let's see who, but I don't understand the term he's saying. Let's see which rooster crows the loudest in a hen house. But I don't understand the reference. But I kind of do, I suppose. Who's winning? Ricky Simon won that fight. Miguel Méndez, ¿a qué horas van a pelear, hermano? Ya están peleando, pero la pelea, el main event, va a pelear, me parece, media hora, 40 minutos. So Miguel Méndez asks, what time will they fight? And I said, half an hour to 40 minutes. Sport reactions. Jesus Diaz, Burns is overrated. He beat a washed-up Woodley and Maya. I don't think either one of them are overrated or anything. I don't think it's an easy one. It's just a good fight. And Arcady Boo, who is winning out of Burns and Usman? Burns and Usman, I don't know, man. It's a close matchup, dude. It's a close matchup. It's just the fight might look easy at the end, but for one of them, but it's a close matchup. What's next on Cooking with Fab? Love your cool ups, mate. Thank you, man. Jamie Allen. I don't know, man. I'm thinking a bean salad. A bean salad might be something to cook. I did the fried rice. I think what I try and do, like I always think, like when I was a young guy coming up, and training and just like going to uni and doing stuff, it was always hard to get good food, and I didn't like. I always think now if I can show people easy things to make, that taste good and they're relatively healthy for you, um, that do it so you can eat decent food that you've made that's cost effective and relatively healthy for training and for university and work and whatnot. I do it because um, it would have helped me. But in saying that, I had a lot of people helping me, like my mum, for instance. She was the best. Um, okay, Miguel Méndez, ¿a quién le vas? Ah, no sé, ahí, no sé, entre Burns y Usman, cualquiera de los dos, me parece una pelea muy difícil, así, para adivinar quién va a ganar, porque los dos tienen maneras de ganar entre los dos. So he says, who do I think is going to win? I said, man, it's a tough one to call. I think both guys have very legit ways to beat each other. Sport time, link live, please. Are you asking me to pirate the UFC event? I'm not going to do that. Sport reaction. We will see. Nobody knows Usman better than Burns. It's almost like fighting your own trainer. Unless he changes his whole fighting game, he will lose tonight. Mark my words, brother. Look, I do agree that they both know each other super, super well, and that's what makes this a very, very interesting fight. Very interesting. I was watching Sakuraba, the Gracie Hunter. Do you think the fight should stop if there's an arm break or only when someone taps? Are you talking about the Henzo Gracie break? Because I think just to James Adjustment's question, I think like that break or that dislocation in particular, like it was like out the other side, and it was a great fight. That's one of my favorite fights, that one. But like a fight, like when it's broken like that, or if you see the Frank Mir versus Tim Sylvia fight, if it's broken like that, it's fucking broken. Like there's no, you're not going to keep fighting. Like it's not whether they would give up or not or whatever. It's just that there's no point. Like they're broken. You can't let people keep going. You know what I mean? The same way, if you say, for example, you're fighting and you get dropped 2 or 3 times in a round, and the ref calls it, it doesn't matter if you would have kept winning or you could have won or what would have happened. You can't get dropped 3 times and expect the fight to keep going. You know, like the ref's well within his rights to stop that. And if your arm's broken, it's broken. If it's obviously broken, if it's broken and people can't tell that it's broken properly, then you're doing a good job of hiding it. But if your arm's sticking out at an angle that looks like you have a Siamese twin, then no. And Henzo Gracie was never going to tap in that, so somebody had to stop that fight. Yes, it does remind me of a young Clay Guida. Tommy LeBlanc, your commentary is the best. Thanks for giving us the best analyst first class. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, man. I'm so touched by it, honestly. I'm really touched that you guys watch the show and that you guys like it. So thank you so much. I'm just going to get some water, guys. I'll be back. Also, I want to shout out to Pip Dennison, who wrote a comment, but I think he wrote it on the other stream and I didn't get a chance to read it out. Pip Dennison is one of my surfing coaches and dear friends here down in the beautiful New South Wales South Coast. And yeah, hey, both guys have flash suits, man. Both Usman and Burns have flash suits. I like it. I really like it. Rick James, Fab, how do you pronounce your last name? Ite. Ite. It's a French Basque name. But my mom and dad are Uruguayan, and we've been in Uruguay like until we came to Australia. Like I don't know how many generations back. We don't know anyone that's French Basque that's in our family. Like it's not Uruguay. Your commentaries like football matches that give a visual representation of what's going on. Thank you, Delgado. I appreciate it. Ewan Ferguson. Whoa, did I miss some fab recipes? on my Instagram, you can see I just put up uh, a fried rice, which I will recommend you to follow because that's a good one, man. My wife's actually the cook. She's taught me how to make the food, and I just ran with it. But yeah, I think I will. I think I'll be making a rabbit stew or a rabbit curry very soon. You and Ferguson, very very soon. Yeah, Ricky Simon's pace is crazy, man. He just breaks people. James the Juice Man Ravestein. Speaking of Fab's cooking, how many people were you making that fried rice for? Had enough for a small village. It was. It was for like my wife is Chinese, and so it was Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year, and we made a big batch of fried rice. Gave some to our neighbors, and we live in such an amazing community here on the south coast, and it's the only place I've ever lived where like you know your neighbors' names and like you go outside and you know everyone's names and you know all the kids' names and the kids all play together. It's crazy, you know. So we made a big batch of fried rice and gave it to like a whole bunch of the neighbors and that live near us, and we ate it as well, and our friends and family ate it. So it was a lot, yeah. Um, Leo Vázquez. Tácticamente, Usman intentará llevarlo al piso. Me parece que sí, pero eh, Burns tiene, para mí Burns es mejor en el piso, pero sí, me parece que Usman lo va a tentar y lo va a llevar al piso, pero no se puede quedar en el piso con él así, porque Burns tiene, el jiu-jitsu de él es mucho mejor. Fue una medalla de bronce en Abu Dhabi, fue campeón del mundo con el kimono, entonces no va a ser fácil así para Usman. Pero estoy de acuerdo. Celia Vasquez says, technically, do you think that Usman will try and take it to the ground? And I said, yeah, I think he will. I don't think he'll hang out there though, because Burns has a bronze medal from Abu Dhabi uh, submission wrestling, and he was world champion as well in jiu-jitsu. So no, it's no joke. Jack the Ripper, Uncle Fab, I love when you flex on us with your Spanish skills. I don't know really what the term flex on you means, but it was my first language, Spanish, actually. So I really am thankful for all the Spanish watching fans. And I appreciate you guys watching, man. Muchas gracias a toda la gente de habla hispana, toda la gente de Latinoamérica, de España, todo, de las Islas Canarias, toda la gente que habla español, que está mirando. Muchas gracias por el apoyo. Un abrazo. So I just said the same thing. Thank you very much. I bet $100 on Burns. He had good odds. Do you think I got a shot from Pillback? Yeah, I think it's a decent bet for sure. I don't know what the odds were. Justin, okay, I don't want to know if any links or anything. Please don't tell me and please don't post them on there. Ewan Ferguson, Fab, the Spanish makes me firm. You could narrate Bob the Builder in Spanish and I'd put it on for the ladies at night too. You're a funny man, mate. You would. GG, how should I describe this channel to friends? Just realized I don't actually know who Fab is. Laugh at it aloud, an MMA coach, etc. I've like I don't know somebody. I can't speak about myself, man. It sounds weird for me to speak about myself, give my resume. So please somebody let Gigi know what I do. I don't know. I can't give my resume. I sound like I don't know. I sound kind of weird. Nice to see you still smashing it, Fab. Big fan from the you and Rob days. Keep on that grind from Drew Doc. Thank you, Drew Doc. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. James Juiceman. Every time he leaves and I see that gay rock salt lamp, I laugh to myself. Mate, what do I do? I like it. Jack the Ripper. I do like the Uruguayan Spanish, Uncle Fab. Yeah, that's old habits die hard with that one. Where on the south coast are you from? Well, not from the south coast, but I live on the south coast. I live on that stretch between, if you know the south coast between Stanwell Park and Thurul, near Seacliff Bridge. Seacliff Bridge, there, right on near Seacliff Bridge. There where I said Seacliff Bridge. What fight is next? This Gastelum's about to start. Dr. Smurfo. So are you the bilingual angel? I'm most certainly the bilingual angel, sir. I'm biased with Kelvin, but this is going to be a difficult match. The Hurricane looks strong. The Hurricane's good, man. He's got such a cool story. Another guy I try to get on the podcast. Petition for that, man. Steve Booth. Steve, the greatest hype man in Australian history. Love your commentary, Fab. Always on point. Let's go Gastelum and Burns Borja. Thank you, Steve, man. You're a champion and an icon of Australian, much like the boxing kangaroo. JG taking fat hits for you, Fab. Blaze up. Thank you, sir. Please keep doing it, guys. Keep doing it. I don't smoke or eat cookies or anything like that. The other day I had a little bit. I had too much, and I couldn't feel my arms and legs, and I was fucking scared. I never take it. I never take anything, and I took half a cookie. Fuck! I thought I was gonna die. Never doing it again, ever. No, doesn't work for me. Jack the Ripper. Fab is a salsa, sexy salsa and wrestling teacher. That's how you describe it to friends. I wish I could dance salsa. I can't. My family can, but I can't. Jason Vance. Thanks for the commentary, Fab. No disrespect to the commentators, but I always watch fights on mute. Now I have your streams in the background during the fights for my commentary. Thank you so much, Jason. Man, hey, I appreciate it. No, I agree with you, man. I don't generally watch it with the UFC commentators on. There are a couple of, and I don't want to say there are a couple of commentators that I really like listening to, and I'll listen to them. But, and I'm not, this isn't a criticism to anyone what I'm about to say, but I think when you watch that, a lot of times, like they've got to push a company, they've got to do it. They've got to push a company like line, and I don't, you know what I mean? I don't have to, so that's a different. JG says Joe Rogan has been extremely annoying lately. Usually have it muted on purpose. Again, I don't know. He's very knowledgeable, Joe. He's very, very knowledgeable. But I don't know what's being said. If you get what I mean, I really don't know. We're about to see a fucking cracker fight, I believe. Gastelum versus Ian Heinisch. This is going to be a cool one. Minus 225 favorite. Also, I forgot the guys' names. But Gastelum's coaches, champions, man. All of them. They're like, he's got a coach that he had as a kid. From, if he's watching this or if anyone knows him, please shout him out. Give him my love. Because we were doing the smashes with them, the heavy hitters show, and his coaches were like, honestly, legit good guys. I really liked them. Legit good guys. Interesting story with one of Gastelum's coaches. He's been his coach, wrestling coach, since he was a little kid. You know, Gastelum stays with him, etc. Really cool, man. Really cool story. And like, I got a lot of respect for him. I like Gastelum. We're off, people. We're off. Gastelum moving in and out. Oh, nice inside low kick by Ian. You got to throw those kicks against Gastelum. Nice inside low kick. He can't take too many of them, Gastelum. Goes looking for a single leg, does Ian. Nice. He's got the back. He's taken the back. Nice inside low kick by Ian. That was a good takedown. He's going to look for that roll, that fat man roll. He always does it. Not calling him fat, but he does the fat man roll. Does Gastelum, and he's very good at it. But Ian did a good job of not getting caught and staying on his back. We're looking for a Kimura. Is Ian? He's got it. It's in deep. It's in deep. This Kimura is in deep, but Gastelum's got his arms straightened out. But this is still deep. This is still deep. This is still deep, but he's got his arms straightened out. And he's posting on his left hand, so he's not getting rolled. But he's getting that torque, is Ian. He's getting that torque. That arm is bent. He hasn't got the best angle now. Now Gastelum is dropping the weight on there, but he's got it deep. He's going to roll. Gastelum's going to try and roll. Nah, well done. Great balance. And that's the problem with someone like Gastelum. His torso is so big, man. And his arms are like little thick stumps, but he's big, man. He's big. Look at his back, and he's like just his torso. He's just a big guy, but he's got like little legs, little arms. Interesting, difficult body to deal with. So he's got Ian up against the cage here, and he's creating a lot of pressure, holding in. He's looking for a double leg, but I believe he's going to turn this double leg into a back. Oh, no, he's gone for a body lock. But he's going to ride this over, I believe. He's going to look for a ride. Ian's looking for that Kimura again. He's looking for that Kimura. Gastelum, nice trip, nice body lock, but there's a Kimura. And this one's in deep. This one's in deep, but he's not going to get it from that angle, I don't believe. I'd be very surprised. Looks like Gastelum's in mount. Gastelum's in mount, but the Kimura is going to try and use it to sweep. Ian is really committed to this Kimura, but I don't see him finishing this, and he could get caught into an arm triangle here if Gastelum's able to punch it out. And there it is. There's the arm triangle I was talking about. Now the arm triangle is out. There's the arm triangle. It's nice and deep. Now he's got full mount, does Gastelum. Ian twice went for that big Kimura, expended a lot of energy as well in that isometric hold. He's got good mount, does Gastelum. There it is. Nice little elbow there from mount. Doing a smart job too here. Oh, nice. He goes to kick off the fence, does Ian. And Gastelum went looking for an armbar. Left high kick missed by Heinisch. Ian's looking to land a left hook. Gastelum's looking now. Well, Gastelum. Oh, nice inside kick by Ian. Answered by Gastelum. Again, overhand right, swinging a miss by Ian. Ian's looking for that low kick again. He wants that low kick. Nice high kick by Ian. Gastelum wants this to settle so he can start throwing his left hand down the pipe. Ian, what Gastelum wants is his right foot outside of Ian's left foot so he can land that left hand. Again, Gastelum's got Ian up against the cage. He's got a nice underhook there. Good head position. Left underhook by Gastelum. He's got good head position on Ian. What I believe Gastelum's going to look for is to just slow Ian down and just get a nice rhythm where he can start picking his shots. Ian did go looking for an Uchimata there for a second, but didn't get it. Nice double leg by Gastelum. This fight's going at a pretty brutal pace for two big guys in the middleweight division. Gastelum's got a nice body lock here. Big double leg landed. He's got him down. Now, what he doesn't want is, that's what I was going to say. After that type of effort, you do not want a guy like Ian getting back up. You know, it's a lot of effort. You get him down and then he gets back up. You don't want that. Foot stomp there by Gastelum. Knee to the bum by Gastelum. Ian thought about the Kimura, but left it. He's trying to peel Gastelum off. Hits him with a little cheeky elbow. Gastelum now starting to find his range with that left hand. I believe this. Again, the foot starting to creep outside Ian's left hand, and he's looking for that left hand down the barrel, which has always been money for Gastelum. Ian is going to look for that low kick inside. He went for looking for the low kick outside then. But this is what Gastelum wants. This is Gastelum's fight. He's pouring jabs, pouring with a lead hand, standing in the southpaw stance to Ian's left hand. He's looking to get that hand outside. Took a nice right hand. Did Gastelum. Ian threw a nice little right hand and hit Gastelum. That's the round, guys. But Gastelum has also got granite chin. Granite chin. Granite chin. Yeah, man, that was pretty cool. David Morris says, I'm a one-stripe white belt at 40. You can laugh and understand a little bit now. Exhausting grappling and fighting are. But with all of Viera's grappling experience, does he gas that quickly? First of all, I'm not going to laugh. I fucking applaud, man. I'm 40 years old. You started doing jiu-jitsu at 40. Man, he's fucking round of applause to you, my friend. You know how hard that is? Man, that's good on you. I've got friends, that guy Pip Dennison, the guy that I was saying is my surfing coach. I'm 40. I'm not even a white. I don't have a stripe on my belt for surfing, if you know what I mean. He started. He's 50 years old, you know. So that's no joke, you know. So good on you for that. Having said that about the grappling, well, we spoke about it earlier. Like, it's a different energy system, and those big dumps, you know, and you're going for it, take a lot of your energy. They take a lot of energy. We'll speak about that more after this fight because right now we're recording this, so I'll come back to that. They come out straight away. Gastelum looking for that outside lead foot, and he's starting to slide out of the way, starting to get a better sense of distance. Gastelum is. So nice leg, 2 leg kicks landed by Gastelum. Inside leg kick landed by Ian. This is what Gastelum wants. This is the kind of fight that Gastelum wants. Ian's doing a good job of staying just outside of that. And he stuffs Ian's takedown, does Gastelum. Looking good is Gastelum. And so is Ian. Ian's done a good job too. Interesting fight. Ooh, That's Gastelum's punch, that one there, but he missed it. Missed it by a fair bit. Nice, doubles up on the jab. Now what he's doing, he's creating a false distance. He's going to start to slide in and out, creep in and throw that left hand. That is a false distance. He's meaning to miss this punch. He's pouring it out, showing a false distance, dropping his level, and he's going to come in. He's going to land it. He's going to land this shot, I believe. He's been setting it up, creating a false distance. Oh, big knee landed by Ian and a double leg by Gastelum. Nice jumping knee by Ian. Wow. And he must have felt it too, because Gastelum was starting to get that distance. He's starting to pour with his hands, show the punch, and he starts to create that distance where you think you're safe, and then he steps in and throws that bomb down the middle. So it was good of Ian to throw that flying knee. So now the shoulder pressure, I'll tell you something. There's a guy named Hugo Nunez that I used to train with. He smashed me. I couldn't do anything. Built exactly like Gastelum. He was actually Gastelum in Rob's camp when Rob was meant to fight him. I think maybe it was, or maybe the fight before that. But when they do the shoulder pressure, guys that are built like this break your fucking face. They break your face. Shout out to Hugo Nunez if he's listening. Absolute monster, terror on the mats. He's teaching somewhere in Sydney. I don't know where, but he's, man, legit terror on the mats. Nice little elbow landed by Gastelum. Nice little jab. This is the distance that Gastelum's been looking for the whole fight. Nice kick by Ian. Nice inside kick by Ian. And then Gastelum answers with one of his own. And he ducked under that straight left again, did Ian. Good job by Ian. You can tell that Ian's done a good job of researching Gastelum and working with him, because that inside leg kick is something that you need to do against Gastelum. Gastelum goes looking again for the takedown, comes out the back door. Ian did a great job of defending. But this is what's interesting. Whilst Gastelum might start to get his distance, at this point in the fight, I don't think Gastelum has the same pop left to knock him out, to stop him. But again, with a double leg, does Gastelum, takes the back, runs Ian up against the cage. Lands a big knees. Big knees to the legs. These legs are getting beat up because Gastelum has landed a few leg kicks on Ian himself. He goes looking for another deep takedown. Does Gastelum. He's definitely winning every part of this on the scorecards. He's definitely winning. 1 minute, 20 seconds. Gastelum keeps looking for the takedown here. Can hold him up against the cage. I believe he's going to break, and yeah, he's going to let those hands go. The 1 minute, 11 seconds to go. He's been winning the rounds. I don't think it matters even if Ian takes him down. He's going to look to let his hands go a little bit. Gastelum. In those close quarters, it's dangerous to exchange those punches with Gastelum, I believe. But Ian is looking very durable and very good, very experienced. Nice kick attempt by Gastelum, landed partially in the arm of Ian. Ian ducks again under a Gastelum left hand. Ooh, nice kick to the body by Ian. Right kick to the body. Ian is standing in an orthodox stance to Gastelum's southpaw in a very relaxed fashion, hands down. And Ian's got a way of making fights ugly against people. He's doing a great job. There's 20 seconds to go. Gastelum's trying to get in close. Again, with another takedown attempt by Gastelum, runs Ian up against the wall. There's 10 seconds to go. He's going to run the clock down. He's going to win this second round. Now the problem starts for Ian is that he has now lost the first 2 rounds. My opinion. Somebody might have seen it different. But he's lost the first 2 rounds. And there's the pressures on him to come back. How does someone like... The problem is, man, when you expend the amount of energy that he expends, and he's so muscular and so big, and those muscles require a lot of oxygen. When you expend that amount of energy to take somebody down, and they pop back up, and you try and submit them, which takes submitting someone requires a lot of strength as well. That fallacy that you don't need strength for jiu-jitsu, it's all leverage. Dude, that is true with any sport, but you look at the world champion jiu-jitsu guys, Look at Buchecha, look at Viera, look at Jacare, Marcelo Garcia. None of these guys look weak. You know what I mean? These guys are like chimps. So it was very hard, man, because he put in big takedown attempts, like big, massive double legs, and Hernandez got up every single time and then landed some shots, man. Don't think that those shots don't do damage, don't stop, don't affect your cardio. I think Viera's stand-up also needs a lot of work. He's very mechanical and he's not fluent. And so when he got stuck in the stand-up, that burns a lot of your energy as well. Nice inside kick. Gastelum's looking. So, see, the problem here for Ian, I see, is Ian has to stop this fight. And I don't see him being able to stop the fight on the ground. So he's got to try and stop this standing. And I see that Gastelum's got the faster hands. Nice exchange there by both guys. But this is what Gastelum wants. This fight is comfortable range for him. And he can throw his short, sharp punches. And he's much more relaxed now. Ian gets the takedown, but Gastelum spins and gets up. Even if he holds Gastelum down, though, he's going to still lose 2 rounds to 1. But Gastelum's got him up against the cage. Ian's fighting hard, and he's fighting all the way to the end. Nice knee tap attempt there by Gastelum. Gastelum's taken the back again of Ian standing. Of course, he's not. Hasn't got the hooks in. And he's looking to change that into a double leg. He may try and trip or sweep here from the back. But the other thing is, I don't think Gastelum wants to expend too much energy. I think he's content to hold him up against the cage and break off and try and land some shots. There it is. There are the shots. Again, Gastelum looking for... Gastelum, it doesn't have the same pop later in the fight. That's for sure. But he's been able to wrestle the whole way through. Good, strong wrestler is Gastelum. And even in that fight against Hermanson went for a body lock, and it was Gastelum that did the lateral drop, reversed it and hit the lateral drop. Nice uppercut landed by Gastelum, left high kick partially landed by Gastelum. Now is a jab landed by Gastelum, 3 minutes to go. Another jab and a left hand by Gastelum. A right and a left landed by Gastelum, but these are just right on the edge of the punches. A right hand landed by Ian as Gastelum was sliding out. Another flying knee by Ian. Big double leg landed by Gastelum. Gastelum is now past his inside control. Ian is holding at the head like a guillotine, but it's no guillotine there when he's past your guard. Gastelum's going to look to Granby roll by Heinisch. Ian did a Granby roll, and he's taken the back of Gastelum. There's 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go. Ian has taken the back of Gastelum. He's landing some ground and pound. Gastelum rolls onto his knees. Ian rolls again. Gastelum still defending. Ian needs this submission to win, I believe. Gastelum's doing a good job of defending. Ian's trying to land shots, but he's not going to finish this with ground and pound from there. Gastelum's going to try and... He's got his out. He's out. He hasn't got his back because he's going to get his shoulders to the ground. Ian's going to go for mount, but he's no longer got his back. Gives his back again, does Gastelum. But Gastelum does a good job. The folk style wrestling that Gastelum can do is going to probably ensure that he's going to end up on top, which he has. Now there's 1 minute and 20 seconds to go, and Gastelum's content to sit in this guard. That was a cool Granby roll that he did then. That he did before, Ian, rather, I should say. 1 minute and 14 seconds to go. Again, another Granby roll by Ian. 1 minute to go. Gastelum comes looking for it. Gastelum's got a chin on him, eh? But to me, Gastelum's won more or less every round. Maybe the third you could argue for Ian. But 55 seconds to go. He's very composed, is Gastelum. Nice little left hand catches again on the end of the punch. Ian goes looking for a takedown. Doesn't succeed. Or does he? No, he doesn't. It's a 50-50. It's whoever gets a head up first in those situations. And Gastelum puts him up against the cage. He's looking for that nice little knee that he does to the liver. And there's an exchange of punches in there, nice short punches. There's 30 seconds to go. Ian's doing a good job of staying just outside Gastelum's range. Another jab landed by Gastelum. Ian goes looking for another double leg. Switch attempt by Gastelum doesn't hit. There's 12 seconds to go. Ian's looking to land some ground and pound, which he does on Gastelum. Gastelum shucks him off and goes for a double leg, which he succeeds in getting. And that's the round, guys. Gastelum finishes in mount. Good show of sportsmanship. I believe that Gastelum won that fight 3 rounds to none. That's my opinion. Going back to your question, David Morris, yeah, it's very hard when you take someone down and you attempt a submission. You exert a lot of energy and you get up. The person gets up, and then that person has a much greater advantage standing. You start to gas because Rodolfo is not efficient with his stand-up the way that Hernandez is. So everything that he does is labored. It's the same if you get a really good striker and he hits the mat with a really good grappler, and the really good grappler is able to hold him down. That guy's striking is not going to look as good the next round. No, the main fight hasn't started. No, it wasn't Cordero. It wasn't. Cordero's a nice guy too. I've met Cordero a couple of times, but no, it wasn't Cordero. I can't remember the guy's name. Joe's commentary is fine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't, like I said, I don't listen to not to him, just because I'm doing the I'm doing this, so I can't hear him. Best part of the smashes was the running race between Rob and Kelvin, Jake and Mackenzie. That was like when they said it, I was like, oh fuck, Rob's gonna win this one. You think I don't know who's gonna win Escobar. I don't know. Thanks, Asa Wall, man. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Someone grabbed me, jiu-jitsu wrestle. My best friend stomps them as they grab me. Tommy LeBlanc. It's always good to have a friend like that. Be like Tommy LeBlanc's friend. Gastelum versus Jenny Craig next for first Australian. You, sir, should be ashamed of yourself. Matthew Rake, it's his nightmare matchup. You and Ferguson Gastelum. Delgado, the fight is the one where Kelvin has used his wrestling the most. Seems like it's it plus Kelvin has great physical attributes for wrestling. Very good wrestler, man. Very, very good wrestling. Can we stop shitting on Gastelum, please? That's like Tyrone Woodley or Yoel grappling stamina. Delgado, Gastelum is a great wrestling build. What happened to you and Rob's relationship? Was it because of the Izzy fight? You guys seemed like partners before. Sorry to ask, buddy. Keep killing it. God bless. Cody Johnston. It's just business, man. It's just a business decision. That's not anything good or bad. I've been wondering that myself. Is it just commenting? The fight itself will not be shown. Joker, I cannot show the fights. I will get sued. Yeah, he's got a neck like a thigh, man. Ian fought well, smart, but Kelvin just fought like the veteran fighter. Yeah, and he had the faster hands and the better wrestling and probably the better grappling. So he won it across the board, Yeah, that is a really interesting thing, Delgado. It's awesome to see how all the different anatomy and styles are used for every individual person. Very interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, Jason Correa, that's 1000% true. You have to be able to fucking walk through those knees that he took. Huge knees. Henry, head looking beautifully shiny today, Fab. Guys, for all and any of your shaving needs, go to Manpower, Manscaped and get 20% off using the code FAB. And you can have shiny body all over. Delgado, need to work towards strength. Some people are just built to make certain styles easier for them. Daniel Cormier would have a hard time being like Wonder Boy and vice versa. 100% true, guys. Like it's not that easy. And a lot of the times, like when you see fights, like things happen. Like there's an exchange. Like the people are throwing heavy leather. It just happens, bang, and that changes the fight sometimes. Finally happy for Kelvin, man. Started the comeback. Joe Rogan keeps saying Kelvin should go down to 170. Do you agree? Um, I don't know. Maybe he knows the camp better than his coaches and Kelvin. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think that Kelvin's a little guy. You know what I mean? Like, um, I think he had problems before getting to 170. You know what I mean? Whatever they are, like if people say, "Oh, well, he shouldn't, he could miss a meal or whatever," and da 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 da. And I think, well, maybe he feels more comfortable at 185. And to be fair, he fought quite well at 185 always. Gave Israel a hell of a fight, and he's given Whitman a good fight, and he beat up Tim Kennedy and knocked out Michael Bisping. So it's no joke. Yeah, I think he's much thicker than people think. He's not. He's short. He's like a short guy. But when I met him, like he's big dude, man. Like his head's twice the size of mine. Um, who is my favorite fighter right now at the moment? I like Peter Yan. I really like watching Yan fight. Peter Yan. He's just like good. I like his stand up. I called it. Hey, I called that he was going to be champion before he was a champion. I really like it. Joseph says, I think there's a better chance of world peace than Kelvin going down to 170. Yeah, man, he's a thick dude, man. He's no joke. I'll be back straight away, guys. I'm back, people. I'm back. Women's flyweight. Um, Rock salt lamp, mate. We don't muck around. That's what gives me the energy. That's what gives me the energy. First Australian, Aljamain Sterling is one of my favorite fighters. Dude is a killer and he's long and lanky for his division. Absolutely. 100%. Unreal grappling too. Really good grappler. Um, who do you all got between Gilbert and Kamaru? Man, I think that's a tough one. I think that Gilbert is faster, more explosive, and uses his striking much more aggressively. But I think Usman is also very competitive. And a great fucking. And Usman's a fantastic grappler. I mean, and Burns a fantastic grappler. But Usman's a good grappler in his own right. Different kind of grappler, wrestling based. Um, but he doesn't explode into things the way. See, when Woodley and Burns fought, Woodley explodes one-off shots. So Woodley gets backed up into the cage, and people forget that's Woodley gets beat like that, and he wins like that too. But he backs up and then he explodes forward, and he explodes forwards with lead hooks, lead left hooks, and right hands, one way or the other, and that allowed Usman that allowed Burns to be able to duck under that and really hit that double leg. But Usman is different. He doesn't explode coming forward. He's very conservative. He picks his shots. It's a different fight. So I don't know. Um, yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting fight. I'm just pumped for it. Um, I came for the rock salt lamp, but I guess I'm learning a lot about this MMA thing in the meantime. Man, I set up this podcast originally for rock salt lamps. That's what it was all about, the whole podcast. But in the background, I had the fights on, and I just mentioned it a couple of times, and this is where we're at. So happy to have found this show. Tommy LeBlanc, I'm so happy you found us. Kadir Yilmaz, Grasso is the cutest thing, man. I'm glad you think so. Let's see this fight. Delgado, body types like Kelvin can't risk losing a lot of body fat percentage. Body types like his are designed to have more fat. I think people have misconception of being shredded, either healthy. There is some truth to that, but I will say this. I think Gastelum, I don't know now, but when he was on that show, which I'm not talking shit because you guys all saw it, he was probably carrying more than what was healthy, you know? Yeah, Woodley's game is a cage. Yeah, he gets backed up into the cage, you know, and then he rushes forward, and sometimes he gets them, and sometimes he doesn't. Trent Vernador, more scrambles than a diner breakfast. I like it. I'm going to use that. Can't argue, blah, 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 blah. Gilbert's neck might be thicker than Kelvin's torso. Dude, when I see Gilbert's neck, it's fucking ridiculous. He's got such a thick neck, man. But it's going to be interesting. It's also going to be interesting all the fights that they've had together, like all the sparring matches that they've had. It's at a different weight. You get what I mean? Like there would have been a time when Gilbert was fighting down at 155 and Usman was fighting at 170. So they would have been training at different weights. And then when Gilbert went up, he would have been heavier again. And it's still not training for 170 together. You get what I mean? Like they might have been training at the same weight and both fighting at 170, but they never trained after the weight cut for 170. You know what I mean? It's a difference because not everyone hydrates the same. Not everyone rehydrates the same. Not everyone dehydrates the same. So that's going to be a little bit different as well. Gastelum looks like a giant newborn with good hands, and I love it. Matthew Rake, he does. GG, credit where it's due. Usman's skills are as legit as it gets. People downplay that because they think he's cringe, which is understandable but true. He's one of those guys that he just doesn't seem to have it, like the star kind of power thing, if you will. But he's a fantastic fighter, man. Dana's going to wrap the belt around Gilbert's neck. Delgado, I'm rooting for Grasso, fellow Mexican. It's going to be interesting seeing Mace coming off the knee injury. Henry, that's a dangerous question asking for a stream. Dana could be inside your phone. There is no stream shown here. Henry, no, Miguel Méndez. ¿A qué horas? Ya pasó media hora. Buenas noches, que gane el mejor. Bueno, un abrazo, Miguel. Creo que ahora es esta pelea y después pelean ellos. Entonces puede ser media hora, 40 minutos, no sé. Yo no estoy encargado. He just asked, he said, it's been more than half an hour. He's going to bed. And I said, sorry, I'll just, there's one more fight, this one, and then the main event. Do you think Kelvin can make it back to the top of the division? Like, you'd only have to have one more win and he'd be up in that mix already. And it depends how you win, in the UFC. Like, if he goes out and fights someone now and he starches them, then yeah, easily. You know what I mean? But you don't know. The UFC is funny like that. But yeah. Formula One drivers have massive necks due to the G-forces. Gilbert might be a F1 driver on the side, given Dana pays fighters minimum wage from First Australian. Whose head would win between yours and Usman's for the boldest MF title? I think mine, because I'm actually bold. James Eunice, who have you got for Volks versus Ortega? I think it'll be a great fight. I think Volks wins. Because I think there is a fair bit of difference between them in the stand-up. That's my opinion. Nordine Mazzali, do you see the main event a BJJ versus wrestling, or are two grapplers trying to box the whole time? I don't know, because I think it's not even BJJ versus wrestling anymore. Because Burns can grapple, he can wrestle, he can do jiu-jitsu, he can do it all. And Usman's a very good wrestler and he's a BJJ black belt. There's parts of the grappling game where each of them has their advantages. But having said that, I think it will probably come down to who imposes that better. If Gilbert can't get him out of there early or really, really wreck his legs with kicks, it's going to come down to who imposes their strengths on the other guy's weaknesses as far as the grappling is concerned, which for a grappler is going to be a really, really exciting thing to see. We're about to start, people, and we're off. Okay, the two girls are off. Grasso in the orthodox stance, Barber in the southpaw. Okay, Grasso's switching back and forwards. She's in orthodox. Barber in southpaw. Inside leg kick swing and a miss by Grasso. Okay, both girls. Barber initiating the clinch. Barber looks a little bigger. Barber looks a little bit bigger than Grasso. Both a good tie clinch. Both girls clinching well. This is more of a tie clinch that's occurring here as opposed to a wrestling clinch so much. Now we're seeing more of a wrestle here with the underhooks and whatnot. Both girls looking for knees. Grasso is able to turn Barber. Barber has a whizzer, looking to push Grasso's face away. Grasso looks for the trip. It's not there. The outside trip. Again, she's looking for the outside trip. She then throws a little knee, does Grasso. Good head control as well by Grasso. Great work. Now she's looking for an outside trip. She's got the double underhooks. Looking for the outside trip is Grasso. And she had good head control. Very good. Grasso looks to make some space. Barber's getting her lead leg outside. And Grasso switching stance back and forwards. And now she's back to orthodox. Barber is doing a good job when she's in southpaw. Now they're both in orthodox. But when she's in southpaw, big right hand swing and a miss by Barber, but Grasso catches her on the way in. But Barber is doing a good job of getting her lead foot outside of Grasso's lead foot. But then she's not really capitalizing on that, which would be a nice straight left hand down the middle would be something nice to see from Barber. She tried to take Grasso down, but Grasso has reversed it. But now Barber has reversed Grasso again up against the cage. She's got double underhooks, but Grasso is landing little punches to the head. You know what's good in those positions? Rather than landing with a knuckle, the gloved part, it's like hit someone like you're knocking on the door like that, and you're able to land some damaging shots. Like it hurts and it bruises the people up. So in those situations, good to land with the knuckles as opposed to land that when you can't get enough torque on your punches. Grasso's got Barber up against the cage, and she's got good head position, mushing her head up against Barber's, and that's making Barber be stuck to the cage. This is an exhausting pace and an exhausting type of fight that both these girls are fighting. This is not easy how they're fighting this fight. Grasso throwing knees, both girls throwing knees, and they're just going backwards and forwards, clinch, underhook and overhook. I think Grasso, my opinion is Grasso is probably getting a little bit better off technically, but Barber just seems to be a little bit bigger, and that's kind of going backwards and forwards. I don't know who's going to do what there. I think Barber is looking for a whizzer, but Grasso, she's got the whizzer, but she's looking for an Uchimata, but Grasso is savvy to it. Nice little elbow on the break by Barber. She gets a little bit overzealous, comes in, and Grasso catches her with a nice straight punch on the way in. Grasso showing on the outside. Grasso, both girls in southpaw stance. Now Grasso goes back to orthodox. And again, Barber gets a foot outside the lead foot, but she doesn't throw the straight left hand. I'd like to see her throw a nice straight left hand when she gets that foot. When she's in southpaw and Grasso's in orthodox, I'd like to see her throw a straight left down the middle when she gets a foot outside of Grasso's lead foot. there was a heavy exchange there by both girls landing. But now Grasso has Barber up against the cage. She's looking to shuck that elbow off, and now she's got the double underhooks. This is an exhausting type of fight. There's 14 seconds to go. Both girls are super fit. The pace that they're fighting at and the type of fight that they're fighting is super hard. Nice little elbow landed. Both girls have nice elbows, nice Muay Thai work, and that's the round. People, wow. How many fighters have fought people from their own team? Well, they're not technically from their same team anymore. There's been a few, but it's very hard, man. You're not going to be able to be in the same team and fight each other. But there's been a few. Ortega can get reckless. He got reckless with Max, and Max nearly caught a dead body on his record. Bulk will pick him apart like Max did, first Australian. Yeah, Alex is smart, man, and you saw Max what he can do, and you saw Alex and Max was close fights, both fights, you know. Jesus Díaz. Disculpa, Miguel Méndez, no sabía que venía otra pelea, pero después de esta ya sube paciente, que ya sube pronto. Yeah, so the fights, después de esta pelea viene pelean por el campeonato. So after this fight is the main event. Do you think the payoff for people paying to watch this will be a success? What do you mean? The most dangerous barber since Sweeney Todd from Matthew Rake. Very good, Matthew Rake. Nice work. And we are off. Both girls go to the center. Again, Grasso is taking the center of the octagon. Both girls go to southpaw stance. This pace that they're fighting at is like brutal pace. Like those grappling exchanges on the wall, the way they're going backwards and forwards, that's not easy. Can't believe a guy made fun of my accent. Grasso definitely has the quicker hands. I'll give him that. Nice. So she's looking for that lead right hand and the outside left kick when Barber's in southpaw stance. That's what Grasso's looking for. Yeah, oh man, that round was close. I do have Grasso by a hair, but not by much. Ooh, nice left hand landed by Grasso. It's hard because I'm not judging the fight. I'm just watching it. Ooh, left high kicker, swing and a miss by Barber. Just nicked the top of Grasso's head. Grasso, both girls in southpaw stance. They're both switching. Grasso switches back. But see, Grasso is in orthodox. There's a left hand, so the coaches must have said something to her for sure. Because when she's in that stance, not now, because they're both in orthodox, but when she's in southpaw and Grasso, ooh, right hand landed by Barber, but then Grasso lands a bunch of punches too. Now look, you see that left foot? It gets outside. It gets outside of Grasso's foot, and that's when she can throw that left hand straight down the middle. Oh, I don't know who won round one. Maybe Grasso. Yeah, Barber's a little bit off, like a little bit off in distance. Now she's holding Grasso up against the cage. Clinch strikes. Grasso is outstriking her by a lot, 42-9. But I don't know how they count that as well. Barber's doing a good job. She's got good head position now. She's looking for the trip. She's not going to get that trip, but she lands a little elbow, a little cheeky elbow in the clinch. She's got the head position. Nice. They're going backwards and forwards with that clinch. High underhook there by Grasso. Nice little high underhook. That's what rules the show there on the cage. Nice knee there by Barber. Another little knee by Grasso. And Barber's I think Barber's starting to come on a little bit in this clinch. But Grasso breaks free. There, see? There's that left hand. Good. Well done. Nice punch. There it is again. She's getting in the southpaw stance. Barber gets her foot outside and she can land that left hand. And she did it. There it is again. See, there it is. She's going to look for that left hand. She's showing. See, now Grasso's trying to stop her from getting. See, Grasso's stopping her from getting that left hand, that foot outside. As soon as she gets it there, she has really good success with it. Because Grasso's allowing that to happen like way too much, like too much. There we go. Boom. Nice left kick. Nice. And there's a takedown. Great work. Great work by Barber. Nice armbar attempt there by Grasso. Grasso's kicking and trying to get up. Good job by Grasso. I like to see those kicks. She throws it up. She's looking for an omoplata there. No, she got the arm. Has she got the arm? I can't see the arm. She has got the arm. No, it was like more like an omoplata. And she's into like a kind of modified cradle, half side control. Now she's in side control proper. She's got great shoulder pressure. She's got the correct underhook. I believe the Barber may try and walk off the wall, but she's a little bit far away from the wall to be able to use that for leverage to jump off. Nice work. And there, wow, nice work. She set up that arm triangle from the other side. But Barber did a good job of jumping off, and then Grasso takes her back. Nice work. She might slide off her back here. I don't know. No, she's got it. She got it. It's different watching the girls fight, especially in the grappling, because they're so flexible. They're so flexible. So she's got her back. Barber has to try and get her left shoulder onto the floor. She has to try and slide her left shoulder. She has to keep going so that the left shoulder gets to the floor. That's nice. That's the round. I have to give that round to Grasso. I've been watching the fights 3 times, 1 for judging, 2 for trying to figure out the technique, 3 for watching it as a fan. Delgado, yes, but there's a thing as well. There's a massive bias that comes from watching a fight after you know the result. Because after you know the result, it's not the same effect as the refs, as the judges when they're watching it live. Because you don't know the impact that something had. You don't know the impact that something's going to have. Whereas if you're watching a fight and you see, for example, leg kicks, and you know that in the 4th or 5th round the guy can't walk anymore, you start to see those leg kicks different in the first round. I think the judges really, really, really cop it in MMA, rightfully so sometimes. But other times, man, I think people just want something to talk about and they just want to shit on the judges because it's a super hard job, man. And you can have 10 judges. It's not going to make a difference because, like, in Glory, they have like 5 or 6 judges. And I was doing the Glory card, and you still get bad decisions. Dude, you have presidents that are voted in. Doesn't matter. I'm not saying more political lines, but you have presidents that are voted in. Say in the US, you have 350 million people or whatever, close to that. And no matter who gets in, half the population isn't happy. So, man, you can have 10 judges. It's a tough job, man. It's a tough job. I also think, Henry, that neither one of these girls can beat Shevchenko, my opinion. Yeah, that's good, Delgado, that you watch it, that you try and judge it like this, live and raw. And it's hard as well to judge without being there because when you're watching a fight like this on TV, you don't see the same. It's not the same. Like when you're watching a fight, when you're up close and you see people, like you hear the crack of the leg or you hear it and you go, fuck, that hurt that guy or that girl. And you see the reaction or you feel the momentum of the fight change. There's a lot of different things that happen. Barber's getting that foot outside. There it is. That's what she's got to throw, that combination. She's got to get a foot outside of that foot when she's in southpaw stance to Grasso's orthodox and throw that left hand down the pipe. Yeah, absolutely, Delgado. All those little things, man. There's things that you see, like, and you're in there, like, when I've cornered people and you hear like crack from a kick and you know that the fight's over, and the fight might not be over for another round, but you saw it and you saw the fight go out of the guy. You can't see that you can't see that when you're watching on TV. And the other thing is you see that and you might score that completely different due to the fact that you saw that. But then somebody else, because the judges are not all next to each other, the judges are in separate areas. The other guy might not have seen that kick and might not have seen those nuances. Nice inside trip by Barber. And Grasso again on her back, doing a good job, kicking the legs up. Nice little ground and pound landed there by Barber. I like Grasso's guard. She's got a good guard. Barber's got a front headlock, lands a little cheeky knee, throws a little check hook. I would say she's behind in the scorecards. When she's fighting like she is, she's doing a great job of coming forward and she's getting after it. She's swinging for the fences. Is Grasso and she is Barber, and she has to win this fight because I do believe that Grasso's she definitely won the second, probably won the first. Grasso's got to knock her out or submit her. Basharat Anwar, how are you guys? I'm really good, mate. How are you? Again, Grasso's here looking for nice. Barber's coming forward. There's 2 minutes to go in this fight. Nice. She landed a good left hand on Grasso then. And she looked for the takedown. She's not going to get this takedown. Grasso done a good job. She's reversed her. They're up against the cage. Knee to the midsection by Barber. She's looking for that trip. She's not going to get that trip, I don't think. But there are other takedowns she can get from there. I believe that some of the best success that she's had is when she started in the second round, getting her foot outside and throwing that left hand. She went looking for an elbow over the top there. They exchanged knees. Nice body lock. Uchimata attempt there by Grasso. Another knee landed by Barber. Both girls now Grasso has got her up. She's got an underhook against the cage. It's a tough fight. These girls can fight. I do think Shevchenko is just a little bit too tidy on the stand up, for these girls to beat her. That's my opinion, that's just me. Nothing against these girls. These girls actually can fight, and I really enjoy watching these two fight. They can fight. They 100% can fight. It's 27 seconds to go. I believe Barber has to get Grasso out of there, but the first round, I don't know how it was scored. This third round, I can definitely see going to Barber. The second round, I see going to Grasso. So that's going to be very interesting. And the significant strikes, I don't know, because, dude, that was the slowest spinning kick I've ever seen. Ooh, nice takedown. Nice takedown. Well done. Nice work. I do believe that Barber wins this round. She won that round. I'm glad I'm not judging. Um, yeah, man, that was big exchanges by these girls. The thing is, in the flyweights, they don't, especially in the women's, they don't pack the same kind of punch. So the whole way that the fight is done is different. You know what I mean? It's not the same as like in the heavyweight men's. You taking shots like that, you're dead. You go in the hospital. So some big shots landed by these girls. Super tough, super fit. That's something that impressed me a lot by a lot of these girls. Like super fit. Hot fight. I don't know what that means, but thank you for watching, man. Really appreciate it. Guys, I was gonna say to you, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications. Really appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate all of the support. It was an interesting fight. A really interesting fight. I don't know how they scored it. I don't know what they're going to give it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's something like that, Jake McKenzie, I think, with Shevchenko. It's kind of Anderson Silverish. I'm just going to get more water, guys. I'll be back. I am back, people. I am back. Yeah, no. Shevchenko is a killer, man. She's a killer. She's no nonsense kind of person. No nonsense, mate. Very, 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 very tough. Very, very good fighter, Shevchenko. So I don't know, man. I'm so pumped for this fight. I've been waiting for this fight for a long time. The Usman and Burns fight, man. What a good fight. Joseph, let's get the channel to 30,000 subs, ladies and gentlemen. So Uncle Fab can feed his family and other families we don't know of. That's true, man. Let's do it, guys. Press the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let's do it. Let's get subscribed. Thank you so much, guys. Honestly, thank you for this because I really, really love doing it. I really enjoy it. And the support means everything. So I really appreciate what you guys do. I really, really appreciate it. It's the best. I have a really, really good time. I have a lot of fun doing the podcast. Um, I love it. I look forward to the fights, but more than looking forward to the fights, I look forward to doing a podcast. Yeah, I just love it. Thank you, Matthew Rake. Thank you, Joseph. So glad COVID didn't take this fight away from us. Yeah, man, 100%. It's been crazy. Yeah, the matchups, and you think, boom, and then you don't get to see the good fights. And now I'm worried because Hamza, he's been out for a while, man. I wonder how bad that is. And Grasso won. Usman vs Burns, all welterweight fighters. Write that down. Write that down. Um, yes, yes. This is going to be an interesting fight. Very, very good fight. Very good fight. I'm really looking forward to it. Guys, in the meantime, I'm just going to hit you up again. Just mentioning it one more time. If you go to Manscaped, you get 20% off free shipping with the code FAB. Right now, we are advertising the Weed Whacker. It's a skin safe, replaceable head, a high performance motor, premium 9,000 RPM, cordless and rechargeable. It has a smart design so it doesn't slip out of your hands, and it's waterproof so you can work with it in the shower. And this thing is what gets rid of those unsightly nose and ear hairs so you don't embarrass yourselves and or your loved ones, like the barber that my dad used to take me to when I was a little kid. He had hair coming out of his ears. He used to talk to me, and I used to, like, whatever he would say to me, I'd be looking at it and thinking like stories up about the hairs in his nose and the hairs in his ears. So don't be that guy. Um, I don't know who I have between Burns and Usman, because I think there's so many different ways, that it can go. Usman can come out guns blazing, land some big shots, and knock Usman out. He can chop away at that leg and get him into a position where he can start to exploit that. He can maybe get him down and submit him. Having said that, Usman might grind him out to a decision. Usman might grind him out and start to gas him out as well. Usman might land shots on him himself. Usman might take him down and get him in a position where he can land some ground and pound. But both these guys are monsters, dude. I just can't wait to see it. I just can't wait to see it. Having said that, both these guys look psyched and they both look ready. Um, it's just interesting how people match up. It's just really, really interesting how people match up and what they can do and what they can't do, etc. James Adjustman Ravustin, I'd marry Grasso. Man, you know what? She's probably sitting there now after the fight saying the same thing about you. Delgado, I think whoever does best in the striking area wins the fight. And then most of all the bags of tricks each other uses. I think Burns' main thing is going to be his kicks, and Usman's going to snipe Burns. The problem is that I don't think for Usman to snipe Burns, I don't think he's faster than Burns. So the thing with Usman is that he's very methodical and he's very conservative. He keeps shit together. He doesn't he doesn't lose his shit, So The thing is, in those first 2 rounds, we're going to see Burns, I think, really coming forward, guns blazing, power shots, leg kicks, all of it. But it's going to be whether or not Usman can start to slow that down. Usman can start to shut him down, check the kicks, land jabs, put him up against the cage, take him down, hold him, let him get up and start doing that. That's I believe how the fight's going to go. I see Burns winning, says Matthew Rake. Striking is crisper and grappling is dangerous enough to maybe give Usman problems. His grappling is super good, man. Brazil. Okay, I've got a feeling it will be the old grappler versus grappler when it stays standing the whole fight. That could happen, Jake McKenzie. Could happen. I was hoping to see Colby and Usman grapple it out, but became like a kickboxing fight. Would his foot stomps have an effect, man? The problem with foot stomps, like they land, dude. They land and they can break your feet. You know, when Rob fought Uriah Hall, Uriah turns. Back then, anyways, he's changed since then, I think. But back then, if you pushed Uriah into the cage, Uriah would change so that his chest would go to the cage, if you can picture what I mean. And so that it's smart on Uriah's part. It creates a bigger angle, right? So it gives him a stronger base. So the plan with Rob was to shoot the double and watch a fight, push him up against the cage. When Uriah Hall would turn, he'd create that angle, which would be traditionally hard to take him down. And then it was to stomp his feet and land the knees to the calves and to the bum. And Rob did that really, really well. Did it stop Uriah Hall and blah, blah, blah? No, Uriah is super tough. But and Uriah Hall was on a tear when Rob fought him too. So no, he landed. The foot stomps can break your feet. That's to begin with. But even if they don't break your feet, they start to wear on you. In a 25-minute fight, you get stomped on your feet, on the little bones of your feet. It hurts, man. You realize you can't leave your foot there. So what starts to happen is you start to need to move from that position. You can't leave your foot there and just let it get stomped because it'll break your foot. One stomp won't break your foot, but 10 stomps in a row, if you just leave it there, it will break your foot. So what else? If the UFC came to you offering a commentary job, would you take it? They're not going to offer me a commentary job. If I could do it from here, probably. Yeah, of course I'd take it. Yeah, fucking no. Let them know that I'll take the job. I would take the job, 100%. Yes. That's my answer. Yes. Yes, I would take the job. Who's winning, boss? I don't know who's winning, but yeah, so yes, foot stomps have an effect, especially when you have two good grapplers, because you have to start to move your base, and that allows you to start being able to get body locks and double legs and a whole bunch of other stuff. But if it stays standing, you have to think Burns has the advantage. Maybe. But you would think that Burns has the advantage on the ground too. I think one of the fighters' most painful injury in the cage was foot stomps. Not sure if it was Gavin Tucker that said that. Dude, they hurt. You can't leave your foot there. You can't leave your foot there and let it just get the shit kicked out of it. Gigi says it's 5:30 a.m. here. Why? Oh my god. Yeah, I've had a few of those, when they've done the cards a little different, and I've had to get up at 3 or something. Oh my god. Having said that, I didn't really sleep last night, so that wasn't fun. It is 4:32 p.m. here. Fight hasn't started yet. No, it hasn't. I've got a fat fob foot. I'll be fine. Have you? Well, that's no fun, mate, to stomp on people with that thing. Still commentating before the walkouts. Yes, sir. Jack the Ripper says, I'm 6 foot tall. I'm 6'4", 112 kilograms mix of fat and muscle, more fat than muscle. Could you take me down? No. I'm retired from taking people down and doing all that sort of shit. I'm not even going to bother. I'm sure you could, Uncle Fab. Nah. Who you got, bro? I don't know. I've got the Nigerian Nightmares, Delgado. I'm biased since I've been rooting for him for years, but objectively, Burns is definitely his toughest opponent. Yeah, I think Burns is his toughest opponent, but I think this guy's probably Burns' toughest opponent too. Um, Matthew Rake says, I love living in America. It's only 12:33 a.m. here, and I was planning on being drunk anyway. So, yeah, well, it's 4:33 p.m. I prefer it, like they say. I prefer it during the day. If Burns wins, he should call out Masvidal. Bigger pay-per-view than Leon. Yep. Scott Okaga, I'm 6'5". Marty, the Nigerian newsman by Bohemian Gravity. Man, I like these guys, man. Both these guys are really, really good. Really good. Wow. Burns is hugging his cornerman. He's about to come out. Very, very. It looks completely different. Like sometimes when I see his lightweight fights, I look and I'm like, is that Gilbert Burns? You know, like he doesn't look the same. He looks so much thicker and so much better at welterweight. 6-fight win streak, undefeated at welterweight. That's why I'd like to see him. I'd like to see Charles Oliveira fight. He's got like 8 or 9 fight win streak. Um, man, this is going to be good. Nice little forward roll and little penetration step to enter the octagon by Usman. Not by Usman, by Burns. He's really, really pumped, man. He's looks very happy to be there. The nerves kill you, man, at this stage of the fight thing. It's absolutely a killer. Um, it's about to start. Delgado, I think since they know each other, someone is gonna have to finish. I don't think this will go to a decision. Or it could. Maybe they know each other and they're just very gun shy about it. Um, yeah, I don't know. Usman is on his way out now. They've done the blackout. Gilbert's in the octagon. The crowd is absolutely going wild. It's just packed to the rafters. It's so eerie watching this with no crowd, eh? It's just eerie. And here he comes. Volkanovski was saying he really doesn't like fighting without the crowd. He likes the crowd. Um, yeah, pretty interesting, man. So Usman's coming out. He looks psyched as well. He looks pumped. Man, I can't wait, eh? I hope they go. So his shadow boxing's got the Nigerian flag around his shoulders. He's not dancing. A lot of times he dances. I think he started dancing now. I don't know if that's a dance or he just squatted like down into his haunches. But other times he's danced. He's quite a good dancer too. I wouldn't have mind seeing him dance. So yep, hats off. T-shirts about to come off. It's interesting. Matthew Rake says Usman is scary, but not as scary as that one dream wearing your underwear at school, which Burns has had many times in preparation for this fight. He's ready. Burns wins. Yes, Usman is stepping into the cage now. He's just hugging his cornerman. Why do a lot of fighters keep hanging that mask around their necks? I think you probably have to wear it at different stages, and so you just either just have it on. So wherever you go, that you have to have it on, you just put it on. He's on a 16 fight win streak. This guy, number 5 ranked male pound for pound fighter in the world. Interesting. Gastelum won. Colby Covington's fans. Love your work, Uncle Fab. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, I don't know, man. Let's see it. Let's see it. Enough speculation. Enough speculation. Anyone can say anyone's going to win, but now we just got to see the fight. Let's see it. Usman is saying a prayer. He's getting himself ready. He walks in. He looks very focused as well. I'm really impressed by Burns, by Burns, but I'm really impressed by Kamaru as well. I'm impressed by both these guys. This is like a fight that I've wanted to see for a long time. 34 years old is Gilbert Burns. 33, Kamaru Usman. 6 foot is Kamaru. 5'10 is Gilbert Burns. They both weigh the same, obviously. 76-inch reach for Kamaru and 71 for Gilbert Burns. You know, that's telling. Hype Julian got the win. I train with that man. He's really a beast. Man, David Phelps, he most certainly is. David Phelps, ask him if he'll be on the podcast. Ask him if he'll be on the podcast. I'm going to message him, but you ask him. Would you do that? Gilmer Soniga, look at Usman, he's all fire, but Burns BJJ is so dangerous, but so much better at wrestling than Maya. This is going to be wild. Yes. But Maya does his thing that he does quite well, which is that half guard. You don't want to play that half guard game with Maya. Cameron Stride Iron, bro, I can't watch the fight. My power went out. Doesn't matter, mate. I'm here. Relax. I'm going to tell you what's happening. Step by step of the way. Don't you be scared. David Phelps, I'll ask him for sure. Awesome. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Let me put my Instagram up. I'm going to message him from my Instagram. That's my Instagram there. And don't be shy. Please follow me on Instagram, but I'm going to message him from my Instagram to GrangeTV. Is he a good guy, David? Is he a nice guy? The Hungarian hustler. I'm predicting a snooze fest and Usman win. Only saying it will be a boring fight because they both are that damn good. Could be. But man, to be honest with you, I don't find a lot of fights boring. Like, because a lot of that like tactic and structure is interesting. Yeah, the diesel engine, man. Diesel engine. Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. Yeah, Delgado. Boring is subjective. Oh yeah, I also like Masvidal. He's a fantastic fighter. He's an absolute. Been watching him forever. So they just Gilbert Burns just touched gloves with the most dangerous man in the octagon, Bruce Buffer, and Usman did the same too. And both of them have to, because otherwise the magic only stays with one. He's actually a really good guy, Bruce Buffer. Minus 265 favorite for Usman. Let's see this. Man, I just want him to kick off. I cannot show the fights. Please stop asking me to show the fights. I cannot. If Burns cardio shows up, he has a chance, says Nelson Molina. The stare down is intense. The stare down is fucking intense. That was a scary stare down, dude. They're both right next to each other. They're both like it looks like they're going to wrestle. No, glove touch. Burns put his hand up for the glove touch. Usman said no to the glove touch. How deeply offended Burns is, we will never know. We're about to kick off. And we're off, people. They come out into the middle. Burns steps into the center of the octagon, throws a right hand straight off the bat. So Burns holding the center of the octagon, already chopping away with leg kicks. Usman has his hands high, both men in the orthodox stance. Usman's like a little jumping jack in there now. Burns was. Usman has now switched to southpaw, slipped on the mat there, and now he's gone back to orthodox. Usman's feinting a takedown. He's feinting takedowns. Oh, huge right hand by Burns. Huge right hand by Burns. And another uppercut landed by Burns. Oh, another right hand landed by Burns. Uppercut landed by Burns. Big leg kick landed by Burns. Another right hand landed by Burns. Jab landed by Usman. Oh my God, he put him on skates, man. I don't know if Usman's recovered yet or not. He's in the southpaw stance against Burns right hand over the top by Burns. Burns is telling Usman to come down into the guard. Usman's just standing over the top. Burns is trying to stand up, but Usman's standing over him, kicking his legs. Burns is saying to him, signaling for him to come down, but Usman continues to kick the calves, kick his legs. Burns is still on his back. This is giving Usman time to recover, though, as he kicks Burns' leg. Burns goes for a high kick from the bottom. This is very interesting. Usman is not engaging in the guard, but he's also making Burns stay on his back. And that's not allowing Burns to capitalize on the fact that he had Usman definitely rocked. So smart from Usman to stay where he is. And he's burning up the clock. And he is landing some kicks here on Burns. Not massive power shots. So Burns is in his guard, open guard, and Usman's standing over him and just kicking his legs, kind of like Sakuraba did to Royler Gracie. Not quite as hard, but he's definitely landing them, which surprises me as to why Burns doesn't just do everything he can to get up. He's very comfortable off his back, but he's taking damage. And he's not winning this fight, and he was winning the stand-up. I don't understand this. It's kind of weird to me. And Usman has landed a couple of shots now to the body as well, and Burns is trying to get up. Usman's very smart at what he's doing here. He's not letting him get up, and he's landing big shots to the hamstrings now. Oh, went for a right hand, and Usman almost finished. Oh, Burns has landed a big fucking knee. Oh my God, Usman's trying to do the Usman thing and get him up against the cage. Way faster hands by Burns. Man, it looks like Usman's going to get caught at any stage. They're trading jabs now. But Usman did a fantastic job of doing whatever he could to slow Burns down. Oh, jab landed flush by Burns. Jab landed flush. Much faster hands does Burns, and he's looking for the high kick. Is Burns for Usman when he comes in. Nice leg kick landed by Usman. But the explosiveness of Burns is apparent. Very, very apparent. Nice kick landed on the forearms of Burns. Nice single leg there by Usman, but Burns gets out of it. I haven't even got a horse in this race, man. And I'm just on the edge of my seat. What a fight. Nice leg kick landed by Usman. Oh, straight right down the middle. Swing and a miss by Usman. Much faster is Burns. Nice jab by Usman. Another jab. They exchange jabs. Right hand over the top by Burns. And a knee by Burns. A left jab landed by Usman. Both guys in the orthodox stance. Nice jab landed by Usman. He is now backing Burns up against the cage. Oh, he dropped his level. Did Usman almost got hit? Oh, they exchange jabs. When looking for the calf kick, did Burns. When looking for the high kick, did Burns. Oh, he goes for the takedown, but it's stuffed by Usman. Right high kick attempt by Burns. A swing and a miss with a right hand by Burns. 22 seconds to go. Exchange of jabs. Usman looking for an angle. Right hand landed by Burns. 11 seconds to go. But Usman angles off, takes it on the gloves. 6 seconds to go. Pause with a jab does Usman. 3 seconds to go. Left and a right. Swing and a miss. Both of them standing, and there's a touch of gloves. Woo! What a round, ladies and gentlemen. I was not expecting. This is one of the things that I was expecting, but man, these guys can fight. Man, they can fight. The problem that I see, if Burns can't get Usman out of here in the next round, he won't have, not that he won't be good, but he won't have the same level of explosion that he had now. You know what I mean? He's got this round to really be able to do it, because even now, it's kind of starting to even out a little bit. Like as far as the energy level, as far as the energy level is coming like this. Right now, though, this round is going to be hell for Usman. It's going to be hell because Burns is fast and strong and explosive. And the longer this fight goes, it suits Usman more. And they're off again. Again, the center of the octagon is taken by Burns. Left and a right thrown by Burns. Man, Usman is displaying a wonderful chin, but man, he's backed up against the cage. Burns coming forward, but Usman hits him with a nice little jab. Swinging a miss with a low kick by Burns. Jab again landed by Usman. Swinging a miss by Burns. Exchange of jabs by both men. Inside leg kick landed by Burns. Jabs exchanged by both men. Jabs exchanged again. Nice jab, and then traded a jab for a calf kick, did Usman. And then back the other way. Nice. Usman's doing a good job of sliding out of Burns' distance. Burns is not quite as explosive in this round as he was in the other. Ooh, just out of range on that right hand. He's not quite as explosive as he was in the first round, and it's going to diminish unless he gets him out of there now. And he's feinting on the takedown is Usman. Looking for the calf kick is Burns. Another jab landed by Usman. They exchange jabs again. Both guys. Edge of my seat with this fight. Goes to jab the leg, does Usman. Now Usman switches to southpaw. Giving him different looks, but the variety of strikes is coming from Burns. But Burns has slowed down and starting to reach a little bit with his punches. Ooh, goes swing and a miss with a massive uppercut, does Burns. Usman is looking for angles. They're both in the orthodox stance. Oh, the level change in the double jab by Burns. Usman on the outside looking for an angle. Burns is trying to back him up against the cage. Pause with the jab, does Usman. He has been finding some luck with the jab. They exchange jabs, and he's able to move Burns back a tad with his jabs. They exchange jabs, and Burns gets the better of the two jabs. Big right hand by Usman. He has hurt Burns. He has hurt Burns pretty bad. Big right hand. Left hand landed by Usman. Burns is hurt. Burns is very hurt. Big right hand, overhand right. Goes for the takedown for the knee tap. Does Burns. Left jab landed by Usman. Another left jab landed by Usman. 2:24 to go in this second round. Burns is hurt. Goes looking for the right hand, but gets hit with another jab by Usman. Usman's very methodical. Very, very, very methodical. Very patient. Big overhand rights by Usman, but he's staying within that range. He switches to southpaw and paws with that right jab. Now he hits him with a straight left. Right hand over the top by Burns comes, but Usman was able to duck under. Another jab landed by Usman. Very methodical. 2 minutes to go. Very, very methodical. People say he lacks killer instinct, but he's very methodical. He does not take risks, and that's why he's a champion. That's why he's got 16 wins. That's why he's undefeated in 16 fights. Another jab landed by Usman. Right hand over the top by Burns. Burns is hurt, though. Burns is hurt, and Usman is chipping away at him. Another left hand landed by Usman with a left hand lead. Now Usman switches and hits with the left hand jab. Left hand to the body by Burns. Burns has recovered somewhat. He has recovered. There's 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Both these guys have huge heart. Usman drops Burns with a jab. But Burns is in his open guard. Usman standing over the top. There's 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. There's a strike differential, 35 strikes to 12 strikes by Usman in this round. Usman still looking for the angles. He asked Burns to stand up, and Burns stood up. There's 52 seconds to go. .45 seconds to go with Usman controlling the center. Very methodical. Burns' guard allowed him to recover somewhat. Again, right and left hook landed by Burns. Right hand, Usman was able to roll through that right hand. Usman's looking for that jab. That jab's been money all night. Burns is definitely the quicker one, but and that's what I was saying earlier. As the fight progresses, that explosion's gone. And these last few rounds is going to be very, very hard for Gilbert. Nice. He stuffed the takedown, did Usman, but gets hit with a little left hook by Burns. Inside leg kick by Burns. Nice. They both face each other. They say something. They're not happy with each other. The refs get in the middle of it. That was a big round. Whoa. I'll give him a round apiece going into the third, but I have to give the advantage to Usman going. I give him a round apiece, but I think the third is going to be the big one. I don't see the fourth and the fifth going Burns' way. So the third, if Burns can't get him out of here in the third, I do believe it'll be Usman's fight, fourth and fifth. That's me. Yeah, I have it like that. I have a round apiece. That's me. I'm not judging the fight though, man. So I could be wrong. This has to be this third round, in my opinion, has to be Burns' round because the explosion's going to go less and less and less. And I think that you're going to start to see the grind from Usman. We're off. Both boys come out. They're in the center of the octagon. Again, Burns has taken the center. This will be dangerous. The start of the round comes in fresh, relatively fresh, rather. Goes looking for that leg kick. Nice jab. Drops him with a jab again. Oh, big ground and pound landed by Usman. Big ground and pound. Burns is hurt. They're going to call the fight. Herb Dean's going to step in. He goes looking for half guard. Does Burns. Oh, big ground and pound. They call the fight. What a performance by Usman. Who beats him? Who beats him? I don't know who beats him. Wow, I'm shocked. Like I said earlier, I said to you, like, the matchup is close, but it could look easy. It was not an easy fight, man. That's what people don't understand. It was not an easy fight. It was first round, Burns hurt him bad. Second round, Usman hurt him bad. And then after that, third, fourth, fifth is always going to be Usman, And then Usman comes out and finishes that fight in the fashion in which he did. Ex-teammates, possibly friends. It would be very hard to smash someone that you know what I mean, and that you're friends with. I don't know how close they are in real life, but that was huge. Huge fight. Unbelievable. It lived up to the hype and more. And Gilbert Burns, before people start shitting on him, Gilbert Burns is a fucking warrior, dude. Like that fight wasn't. He had Usman on skates at one stage. The only thing I didn't understand, not a criticism, I don't understand it, is why he stayed on the mats on his back in the first round when he had Usman a little bit. He was winning those exchanges. It breaks my heart to see Burns like that. But I always hate seeing people lose. What a fight! What a crazy fight! Wow. He's landing that stiff jab down the middle, People don't understand. You don't have to land like a huge jab. You just have to land it on the money. The other thing is Burns is kind of walking in because he's got the power behind. He's kind of walking in, and he's walking in a little bit too far, and Usman was able to land those shots. Wow. 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 This scares me. I feel like Usman's yelling at me. Man, I feel sorry for Burns. Happy for Usman. What do you do? Yeah, dude, you can't look at it like sometimes fights are close, but they don't last long. Like that fight was around a piece, and then the third round, Usman ran away with it. But it wasn't all Usman's way either. So don't go around shitting on Burns either. He man, he's the sprinter. Usman's the endurance guy. Usman survived it, but he got rocked, man, in that first round. That was a big one. Usman's all emotional in the fight. I love to see guys that put it all on the line. Both of them, man. Both of them. Gilbert Burns put it all on the line and lost. And what do? You know, you put it all on the line and he lost, but good on him, man, for trying, honestly. And the way that Usman fought, Jesus, I haven't seen. Yeah, he was really impressive. They shake hands, big hug. Man, both these guys, man, congratulations to them, man. To both of them, man. Honestly. People that shit on Burns, I hope one day have half the balls that he has, you know? It's good on him. I don't know who beats Usman, you know? Good on Burns as well, man. What a fight. Good on them both, mate. What a fight. I'm shocked. Oh man, that was a good fight. Guys, what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna advertise it soon anyways. We are going to do a live discussion about this fight on my Tuesday, but I'll advertise it anyways. Please join us for that, guys. Please join us for that. I'll have that advertised very, very soon. Give us time to rewatch the fights, digest the fights, and then we can have a live discussion on about UFC 258. Just have a, just having a chat and seeing what we have to say about it. I'm definitely going to be watching this fight a couple more times. Um, but that was pretty crazy. Um, Guys, please like and subscribe. Follow on Instagram. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Tell all your friends about it. Let us know. Thank you so much, man. Thank you guys so much for making it worthwhile for me doing this. I really love doing it and I get an opportunity to do this. And it's thanks to you guys. Otherwise, like I wouldn't do it. And I really appreciate you guys watching with me, man, and having a chat and us talking and everything. It's awesome. Um, Crazy fight. Crazy fight. So yeah, just follow us on Instagram. Um, and also remember any and all Manscaped products that you would like, go to Manscaped, get 20% off plus free shipping with the code FAB. Guys, thank you so much. Big hugs out to everyone out there, and thank you so much. Thank you.